Seth.
Hey, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the first stream of Dirty's Dungeon. Yeah! Oh, come on in, people. Be a bit more enthusiastic.
Hey.
I was gonna say dirty. I love the Dirty's Dungeon sound.
It does sound that, but we're not that bad. We're not
Dirty's
that bad.
Dungeon.
It's dirty. It's dirty mainly because of all the adventurers and that come
No,
through here.
the Twitch gods are gonna be like, "What? Dirty's Dungeon? What kind of stream is this?"
Well, you
They're not
never know.
popular enough to get away with that.
No, well, we don't have that quite yet, anyway. But yes, welcome to the first stream of this, where we are going to be playing through Waterdeep's Dragon Heist, which is a lovely module. So I haven't run it, and I believe none of these guys have even looked at it, so it's going to be quite crazy. But anyway, I am Domino, and I'm going to be basically your dungeon master for this campaign, and maybe for a few more to come. So it's going to be quite fun. I have not played too much D&D or dungeon mastered too much D&D, but my background mainly comes from Warhammer Fantasies, mainly the first edition. I'm probably showing a bit of my age there anyway. So let's introduce our players to you all. Let's start off with Skylar.
All right. I'm Skylar. Or Sky Newt. I'm from America. I'm from Idaho. So right now it is 3:03 a.m. But I love the game, and I am really excited to be taking part in this adventure. Yeah.
Cool.
That's dedication. I love it.
It's like 3 a.m. for him.
That is, yeah,
No.
that's dedication.
All right.
struggle to get up at 7.
Keen.
All right. Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. So some of you may recognize me from some streaming that I did on my channel. I'm taking a hiatus just to focus on D&D, really, and it was supposed to be YouTube videos as well, but it's just D&D. I'm a long-time GM, and I'm super excited to actually be a player, which is going to be great. Yeah, I think that's it. I have my octopus here, which is I fidget a lot, having ADHD. So this is a nice, quiet way to fidget that's not going to disrupt anybody. So if you see me squeezing my octopus, that's just me staying engaged. Yeah, that's it, really.
Well, welcome. And Donut.
Hey, I'm Donut Panic. I've been a player pretty much predominantly for a very long time. A bit of a fidgeter as well. I'll twist around in my chair. I'll spin my pencil. I've even got my fidget team. I've even got my own sort of 3D printed pangolin that was given to me, who's likes to articulate. I'm really looking forward to this. Lockdown has meant that sort of remote games like this are pretty much on the rise, and yeah, this is my first dip into this kind of arena in Twitch, so it's going to be good fun.
And last but not least, Liam.
Hey there, so I'm Liam. I've been playing D&D for close to 2 decades now, after finding out my dad named me after his character in college. So that's always fun to go through all of this. I'm going to be playing with Affiliax in the game, but otherwise Forever DM finally getting to be in that seat of that player. So if there's any other Forever DMs watching, just hang out, and it does happen eventually. You can do it. I believe in you.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
It can be done.
Alrighty, so that's everyone, and yeah, so thank you to all those that have basically jumped in at the start here, and I hope tonight's adventures is going to set the expectations for the future to come. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Just quietly though, check out the rules down below. Basically, don't spoil anything for these guys because these guys will be probably hanging out in chat. So try not to spoil the big giant horde of ogres to come and the massive enclave of Goliaths barging down Waterdeep. So just try to keep that all.
I would just like to, sorry to interrupt, I would just like to say I actually won't be hanging out in chat because it's just going to be too distracting for me. So if anybody comes in to say hi, know that I am saying hi in spirit, but there's so much going on and I have finite focus. So unfortunately, one thing's got to go and Twitch chat is it.
Yeah. So the big rule is no spoilers, and I think the next one is don't be that guy. We're all going to stuff up on some sort of rules and something like that, but I think ultimately at the end of the day, we're just going to predominantly be looking at more of just the flow of the game. Again, I'm probably going to get a lot of rules confused, especially with like 3.5, 4E, and 5E, and then there'll be some random Warhammer rule I'll bring in there as well, like fate points, but we'll soon see. But I think we are going to start kicking off our adventure right now. So let me set the scene for you. The month is Tarseki, 5th day of the last 10 day. The city of Waterdeep is preparing for the bumper crop harvest of the year. As you see the cities flood with migrant workers to come pick the year's yield, the city is alive and bustled. All the festivals for the month have passed, but soon the new month will bring in much more festivals. In the city of Waterdeep lies a tavern, simply known as the Yawning Portal. A stone building with slate roofs, the Yawning Portal offers guest rooms on 3 upper floors. Well-worn boards cover the floors, but the main impression was of comfort. Rich blue tapestries decorate the wooden panelled walls of the common room, which consists of a bar, tables of stout wood, a signboard that simply reads, "The Yawning Portal hangs on chains from black iron poles above the front door." Announced to the entry of the inn. In the center of the tap room, between the bar and the dining room table, sits the infamous well, an entry point to the Undermountain. Measuring about 40 feet or 12 meters in diameter, it descends deep below the tavern. For a price of a mere dragon, adventurers can lower down to take on what lurks below, but far few have returned. The Yarning Portal is a hotspot for all those that seek out adventures and glory. Although the tap room is filled with all sorts of characters, Danan, the owner of this fine establishment, keeps a close eye out for troublemakers. After all, the Yarning Portal is the home for those that need one. It's the lunch hour rush. Just over a matter of minutes, the tavern is sprawling with patrons. As a quartet of bards strum their out-of-tune instruments, the tavern is filled with sounds of dice hitting hardwood, tankards clinking, bulging bellows, plates clanking, and joyful chuckles. This is where we find a budding party of adventurers partaking in the atmosphere. Dean, what are you up to?
I'm just casually sitting back into a bit of a corner, table, got some food on side, reading a bit of a book, struggling to read a bit of a book, really struggling to read this. What's a cat doing with an animate musical instrument? I just don't get it. This book makes no sense whatsoever. In front of me, there's 3 chairs positioned for anyone to join me.
And what were you doing on your way to the Yarning Portal?
Yes. I was sort of on my way down to the dock section. I've got to go to the Temple of Saloon, which is down there, the Moon Temple, just sort of give some evening prayers a bit later on, and I've got to head off to the docks to sort of see the dockmaster. I'm waiting for a parcel to be delivered. So I was on my way and just popped in for a bit of a midday lunch.
I want you to make a perception check for me.
Perception. 21.
21. So, while you're perplexed over this book of yours, out of the corner of your eye, you see the actual dockmaster sitting down at the table with a few of his other workers, having a few drinks, playing some dice.
Okay. What's the dockmaster's name?
Dockmaster's name is Timothy Wharton. So he's a human. He's a bit older than, you know, your most folks that you would see out on the dock. He looks like he's been out to sea for ages. You know, ruffy, curly, white, peppered hair. You know, kind of looks like he's got a bit of like a nasty scar or a burn along down his neck there. He's seen some sort of action, definitely. He's with your dealings with him in the past, you know him to be somewhat protective of his docks, and he knows what comes and goes out of the docks pretty well.
Ah, well, this will save me some time. I'll put my book down and get up and head on over and say, Timothy, you're here. I was just coming to see you.
Aye? You're coming to see me, were you? Well, don't you know this is our union-mandated break hour? So, off with you.
Well, I didn't know that, but I thought I'd say hi. Okay.
Well, hi to you too. Now, unless you're gonna
Playing
put
again?
money down on the table, off with you. I don't want you to be eating into
Well.
me at the lunch hour.
Well, happy
Kind
to
of just-
join in with some dice.
Well, kind of cracks his knuckles. Make room for me, laddies. You sit down, put your money where your mouth is.
Alrighty then. Take a seat. Yeah,
Alright.
what's the ante, I suppose? What are they putting up?
Well, they kind of look in the kind of what they've been throwing around. It looks like a few nibs and a few shards in there, but nothing too spectacular. I mean, they are dock workers. They're not wealthy kind of people, but
Yep.
yeah. So how much would you like to throw down?
Oh yeah, I'll chuck in. Nib was silver, wasn't it? So I'll
Nibs are
chuck in
coppers.
coppers.
Yeah.
What was the silver?
Shards?
Shards. Okay, yeah. So sorry. So I got that around the wrong way. So I'll chuck in 2 shards.
2 shards? I'm kind of
Yeah.
kind of taken back by it. He's like, "Whoa, all right." So the game is 4 dice basically. So if you would like to roll 4d6, and basically you got to try to. It's kind of like Yahtzee in a way, but only with 4 dice.
Right.
So if you want to roll your 4d6.
Holy crap, that was shit. 1, 1, 6, and
So you got a 1. So what did you get?
3 ones and a 3 ones and a 6.
All right. So he's kind of you've kind of got him covered, like, because you're trying to make the best hand here. All right, laddie. I'm gonna raise you 3 shards, and I'm gonna change 3 dice. So you can match him and change your dice if you want to, or you can keep your dice as they are.
So
gotta-
he raised, so I got to put in an extra 3
Three shards.
to stay in the game, right?
Stay in the
Alright.
game, and you get a re-roll of any number of dice you like.
All right. So what was that? That's that. Just remove my silver. Yeah. No, I'm happy with my dice.
All right,
I'm
so
assuming 3 of a kind is good.
it's pretty good. All right, so he's gonna re-roll his dice, and so You show him what you've got. You've got the 3 1s and the 6. He shows you a pile of 1, a 5, a 3, and a 6. You win. So, I suppose you don't want to go again, do you?
I'll go for a bit of information to along with the with the pot.
All right. What information are we wagering?
So how much did I win, by the way? So,
You won 10 silver.
Alright.
Well, 5 silver. So you got an extra 5 silver, but the pot was 10.
yeah, but I get my 5 back, so
Yes, yeah.
the 10.
Yeah.
Right. Just want to know if my shipments are right.
Well, as you know, not much is coming in through the ports. Those brigands out on there aren't doing too well, but I tell you what, if you win this next hand, I will go through every single ship that there is, and I'll find your parcel. How about that? And he throws...
Much obliged.
He throws a dragon down.
Ooh. Oh, you're going steep on me, are you, laddie? Alright, let's do it.
Do it? Alright. Alright. What did you get for your roll? Well, you can
Alright,
actually keep it. You can keep it a secret if you want, actually. But remember. Alright, so. He's like, well, do you want to raise or do you want to stay?
Yeah, I'll raise.
You raise?
I'm only gonna raise 5.
5 shots?
Yep.
Alright.
And I'm gonna re-roll 2 of my dice.
Easy.
Okay.
Alright, what did you get?
I got 2 5s, a 4, and a 1.
2 5s, a 4, and a 1. You beat him. He only had 2 4s.
Yay!
There you go. So, he basically turns to you and says, well, if you come back tomorrow during non-mandated breaks, I might have your parcel for you, or at least some information for you.
Awesome, Tim. And I wouldn't have bothered you on your break had I known.
Now
Have a
piss
pleasant
off!
day, John. As you please.
Goes back to drinking and playing dice with his guys. Okay. Now, Everett, what are you up to?
At this point, Everett would be... He mostly just... He's staying at the tavern. He pretty much treks from there to the library and then back with whatever books he finds interesting. So he's probably come back from the library and is now sitting at a corner table taking notes on this subject he found interesting.
So as you kind of sitting down reading away, Bonnie, you know Bonnie quite well. She's one of the barmaids there, one of more of the permanent barmaids there that she works alongside with Danan there. And she just comes up to you and goes, another late night for you?
Always.
Always? Yes, I saw you walking the halls last night. I'm surprised you actually got up this early.
I mean, it's always working, that's it.
Yes, well, you look a bit thin, don't you? So she throws down a plate of, like, meat and stuff like that. Don't worry, Danan will never notice that was missing.
Too kind.
And she just goes off collecting plates and stuff like that. And any particular book you're kind of reading there?
Mostly like things that are just theorized about. Nothing that's actually, I don't know, just things to work I guess, get the gears turning in my head.
Fair enough. Now I'm going to probably butcher this because I'm always terrible. Elvia?
Alvilda.
Yeah, Alvilda.
Alvilda.
What are you doing?
So Alvilda came in for a drink and a bite to eat, and she got as far as ordering a drink before she started to take out her notebook and just scribbling furiously, looking around at different corners of the tavern. And there are several pieces of paper every 5 minutes or so. She'll look over these notes, she'll tear out a couple of pages and scrumple them up, but then realize that the dew, the sort of the coldness from the beer that she's drinking has made her cup wet and is actually sinking down onto the tavern table. And because she doesn't like to have those marks on the table, she'll use her scraps that she's not, these papers she's not using anymore, and use it as a coaster. So there's also half crumpled up pieces of yellow parchment she's torn out, acting as a coaster. And she'll get halfway through her drink and then order a new one and keep scribbling down these notes. At one point, she hears raucous laughter from a table where they apparently seem to be playing dice, and she takes out a few scraps of fabric from her pocket and plugs her ears up. She's just leaning on the bar, just drawing and scribbling, looking around.
All right. So as you're kind of sitting there drinking, it's like one of the bar servers comes up and starts banging on your table. Hello, 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 hello. Did you want something to eat? And he's like sitting there.
Sorry. You know, do I have the room? I suppose I wouldn't mind something to eat, but I need more room. I'm hard pressed as it is. Is there a better place to sit?
Unfortunately, unless you're paying for a room, not much space down here, especially this time of year and this time of day.
Well, how big are your plates?
Well, what do you want?
There was something that you're famous for, some sort of fish and chip thing. I've forgotten
the very illustrious Quipper, I believe.
That's it, Quipper and chips. How big is that?
Well, we'll have to check out back. We do get it in pretty fresh every day, but I think
I don't want the whole fish. I don't have enough paper to put underneath it if you don't have a plate big enough for it. Do you have a small plate where I could get a portion of the Quipper, not the head, and just a few chips sprinkled on top?
So, you want some offcuts? The Quipper?
Well, the offcuts good, or are the offcuts testicles and nasty things like they are with them?
Well, people eat them.
But does it taste good?
I mean, Quipper's Quipper. You're not from around here, are you?
No, but I suppose I'm asking for your expert advice. Fine, do what you have to. I do have a more pressing concern, though, that I need to bring up with you.
All right, do you want me to refresh your drink?
Thank you.
Then...
The chains that are used to hang your sign from the roof to the board with the yawning portal sign, is that metal oxidized?
You've lost him. He's just gone. It's gone over his head. Gone over his head. He's just like, drink.
Alvilda has the most serious expression on her face. She has to know.
He's like, maybe ask Danan when he's free. He built this place. I'll come back with your drink, okay? He runs off, grabs his drink, and comes.
Oxidation? Question mark.
Wither Philidax. What are we
just gonna
doing?
Make you stumble over the words, right? Okay, well, look, having a little look around the bar. I'm thinking it's a little weird, the amount of people that bring books to read in a bar when everyone else is gambling. The gambling's what I want to get on. We're going to be in the bar for a good time. I know I'm meant to be looking out for someone, but, you know, I can probably do both, maybe. One way to find out. But you can't pass up on that.
Yeah, so as you're kind of looking around at some of the riffraff of the gambling area side of things, is there any particular person you're kind of looking out for, or a group of people? Any particular game we're looking at?
Oh, look, in terms of game, whatever's closest. I am not picky when it comes to entertainment. But in terms of people, a little bit pickier there. So someone with a tattoo that I'm going to be trying to find. So what are we looking at for that one? That was a circle tattoo, 8 spokes coming off it, almost like a ship's wheel. That's what I need to have a look out for.
Make a perception check.
Alrighty, let's give this thing a go. Alright, there we are. That's not going well.
Oh no.
You find like as you're looking around, you kind of notice like a kind of like one of the paintings on the wall kind of looks like what you're kind of looking for, and as you kind of walk up closer, it's definitely not what you were looking at. It turns out to be like a star or something like that, and you're like looking at your drink and like, oh god.
The drink, back at the painting, at the drink. I don't think that's who I'm looking for.
This isn't the bathroom I was looking for.
Wait, if you have a few more drinks, will it become the person you're looking for?
I suppose there's one way to find out.
Yeah, so you turn around and there's like an opening at a nearby table there. Kind of like still turning over your shoulder, kind of looking at the painting and like just wondering what the hell just happened. But yeah, at the table you find there's like an open spot. There's 3 people there. There's a gnome, a human, and a half-orc sitting there playing some dice.
Gnome, human, and a half-orc. I love... Man, that poor gnome's got to be feeling really weirded out just by going in there. All right, yeah, no, let's.
Yeah, the gnome kind of looks like he can handle himself, and as you kind of pull closer to the table, you've noticed like the one hand on the gnome, and you're like, ah. So, yeah.
When you say notice that hand, that's what I'm looking for there.
He got no hand.
He got no hand. Gotcha. That's what you meant.
He's got one hand.
All right, let's sit down at the table. Let's get ready for it. All right, we got some fried potatoes to go with this beefcake. What are we doing?
So the half orc kind of like looks at you like, kind of like, oh, she chuckles to herself and kind of like, kind of thing, and the human's like, you know how to play some dice?
He's been rolling before I could crawl.
Like, the gnome kind of like just chuckles to himself and pulls out his pipe, starts kind of like smoking with, you know, just like sits in his kind of mouth as he's getting his dice ready to roll. All right, so let's start the bidding off at like a nib, shall we?
Nib? One nib?
Yeah, a nib.
All right, you got it, short stack. Let's go.
All right, let's roll your 4 dice. I'm gonna do this.
All right. Guessing it's just here. All right. Oh, hey. 3, 4. Let's go. Okay. Feeling pretty good.
What do we got? Sorry, I'm rolling for like 3 people here.
No, you're all right.
God, this game should have been liar's dice. Would have been fantastic. All right. Half orc kind of like looks at you and she goes, how about we raise it? 5 nibs.
5? I should probably check my money before I'm betting this. Jesus, am I putting buttons on the table? Hang on.
You throw your pair of shoes out on the table?
No, I'm covered.
No money.
Yeah, no, that would have been poor. That nearly got real awkward real fast. All right, 5 nibs.
Yeah.
Look, 5 nibs is child play.
5
Let's
nibs.
go up. Can I re-raise?
You can if you like.
No, we're going all the way to a shard, baby.
As you guys are kind of gambling, you hear from like the corner of from the other side of the room, Jesus Christ! Like a person stands up and like throws his tankard to the other side of the room, and he's just, did anyone else see that? And then like Dadard's just like looking at him, like, door now. And
Alvilda's going to take a piece of cloth and pop it back in her ear.
Yeah, so the human like just folds. He's not gonna go with it. The gnome throws in his 5. And you wanted to re-raise as well?
I'm raising up to a shard.
You're going.
I might ask the other people at the table because I know I didn't see it with my dismal perception. Did you guys see what that was?
Like the orc's like, no, we play dice. Focus on the dice. The gnome's just like, no, none at all. So 5 nibs. We raised at 5 nibs, and then you're raising another shard on top of those 5 nibs.
Raising up to a shard, so another 5.
So another 5. So yeah, 10, and 10 plus the 8. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, the gnome throws in, the orc throws in as well. Yeah. So let's see what we get here.
Yeah, I'll be re-rolling one of mine.
Yeah, they're kind of rolling 2. Yeah. All right. What did you get?
I got a straight. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now I'm terrible at poker hands again. The orc got 3 2s. I'm pretty sure a straight beats that. And
yeah, no, it'd be 4 to top that then.
Yeah. 4 of a kind would beat that. And the gnome got a pair of 2s.
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, so in total you won 38 nibs.
All right, I'm taking them nibs.
All right, so
I suppose I might as well ask them. Maybe they're more perceptive than I am. Have you seen anyone with like a tattoo circle, 8 spokes coming out of it?
the half-orc kind of like looks at you and goes, you want to be staying away from them. Trust me. Otherwise you'd be dead.
Okay, we're dealing with that kind of person.
Yeah, and she's like, oh. So she gets up and kind of like, she's taken aback by that kind of remark and starts leaving. But probably about 5-10 feet away, you hear kind of, "Yeah, pigs! You like killing me mates, do ya?" And then just see the orc just swing a mighty punch. So, basically, as she stands up, you kind of get an idea of her height. She stands 7 foot tall. And basically, she's just struck a guy with a bald head. Now, as you're kind of definitely looking at this, Wivy, you kind of notice on the side there, he's got the tattoo that you're looking for. And then and as soon as this all happens, you just hear this fight, and then just a massive crowd of people just comes in and just like swarms the area. What are we guys doing?
Alrighty. I gotta go get to Baldy over there. Let's see. Now that you know what? Let's give it a shot.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna try to bring you over to this page right now.
Oh boy.
I might have to delete those tokens and give me 2 ticks. Let me set this up. Oh, we're getting a bit of a weird echo there. All right, so I forgot to actually mention this at the start. So, kind of place where you guys are. I'm gonna kind of place everyone where they should be.
Oh, I can't move my token.
Oh, you can't move your token?
Yeah, I think you have to reset the permissions unless you want to copy
Still
the
go
original
for it.
token to the next page.
Yeah,
And so on and so forth.
that's what I tried to do, but I don't think it worked. All right, have a try moving it right now.
All right, I'm fine. I've moved myself to where I think my table.
All right, Lucy, do you want to try moving your character again? Let's see if I can. I can see if I can. Set,
Yeah, I can't move.
All right, there you go. That should work now. Hopefully.
Yep. All
I can
good.
move mine.
So
I'm
I
good.
am over here.
Yeah. There you are. Yep, set that up there. You're set up there. Everyone's kind of set up where they all need to be, I'm hoping.
You can throw me wherever's reasonable.
I think, Livy, you're over there. All right. So, guys, if you want to bring up the initiative, I'll bring up the turn order here, and we're going to start rolling for initiative here.
Oh wait, did I select my? So
Yeah.
if you select the character and then roll initiative in Beyond 20, it should automatically come up in turn order. There we go.
Oh, mine didn't come up in turn order. Do you want me to roll it again?
Yeah, you just have to select your token first and then do
Yep.
it.
Oh, well, goodbye, 20. You'll be missed. Oh, never mind.
I also got 20.
Goodbye, 20. Make room for
Yeah,
20.
you did better.
You
Nice.
just like sworn in inside the yawning portal, winning like dice games, earning money, rolling 20s.
I'm gonna be honest, I bluffed. I had no idea what I was doing in that game.
I don't think even I knew what I was doing in that game. What was it? Fake it until you make it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alright, so the bandits, basically, whoever the half-orc is fighting, they're all going to be basically in descending. So, let's start this off. Livy, what are you doing?
Just want to get a quick confirmation there. The bold guy is the one that the orc attacked, right?
Yeah.
One of the guys? Yeah. Alright. So,
basically, if I can ping, that's the guy right there. And as
the one right in front.
Yeah, right in front of him.
Alright.
I just added mine into the turn order.
Oh, did you?
So
Alright, I'll just fix that up. There. Oh, no. Descending. Why do I keep going ascending? Alright, cool. Alright, so what are we doing?
Alright, so I am going to move over there. Just, try to take my walking over. What am I there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to try to go over about here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to do exactly what that human did and point over off in this direction, if that will show up.
Yep.
And I'm going to try the Jesus Christ!
Roll a performance check.
Yeah, look at that! Alright.
Over there,
Performance
a
it is.
distraction.
Yeah, that's basically exactly it.
18. The crowd that you've kind of like getting in amongst, so just I'm not going to put all the tokens in there, but just
Oh yeah,
imagine
it'd be
there's
crazy.
like, crowd of people surrounding there. Like the people that are around you all turn around and look, and then look back at the fight, basically. Like they've kind of like looking where you went, and then they're just like, oh, there's kind of nothing there. Anything else?
As far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much my action, my bonus action. Try to get in there. I'm done for now.
All right.
Sorry, action and movement.
All right. Everett.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Yep.
And then I will close up my book and take my food and just kind of sink under the table.
All right. Easy done. Dean.
All right, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion in front of me, which is in essence of the table I'm sitting at, so that it's like a shield. So it's just an illusion of the shield, but my table's normal, and I'm just going to grab my...
Sorry, what was that last part? You cut out there.
I said...
He's gone.
Oh no. Oh no, we lost someone already.
The minor illusion is too effective.
He's cut off from the rest of the party.
He's literally made a minor illusion around himself as of table, and basically it's soundproof too.
Sure, I'm gone. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Don't know what happened there. Yep, so I just pretty much said about time, and I'm...
It's the exact same point that it keeps cutting off.
Well,
I
hold
have no idea.
Quickly, yell it now. What are we doing?
Nothing. Just watching.
Just watching. There we go. So he's gonna... All right. So... Half Orc's turn. She's throwing a fist. And kind of whiffs there. Avilda, what are we doing?
Am I even aware there's a fight? My back is turned to the majority of the tavern and I have my ears plugged up. Can I just roll perception to see if I'm aware of what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Where are we?
Yeah, you kind of get an idea, but you're not exactly sure what's going on. You've just seen a large bunch of people around, like, the bar where you're sitting at, all rush to one side.
Are my Quipper and Chips here yet?
I think the bar, no, it's not here. I think the server kind of got the idea that you didn't want any.
This happens every place I go to have lunch. All right, I'm going to collect my notes. I'm just going to turn around and watch everything's happening. I'm going to collect my notes. I start stuffing all this loose leaf kind of parchment into random pockets. And then I'm going to grab the drink that is the least finished. And I'm going to just try to navigate my way around, trying not to actually get attacked or crushed by people.
Yeah, so if there's definitely a big giant clearing on the left there. Like, most of the bar is just, like, hanging out on the right side there around this big giant cluster of this decking, of all deckings.
Okay, well, I'm just going to wait there for a moment and just see how things unfold.
All right. So this is the collective bandits. They're all kind of piling in right now. Yeah, what do we got? Yeah. All right, cool. Good to know. All right. Wiviax, what are we doing?
All right. So, all right. Well, let's see. They're sitting there fighting off each other. I only want the one of them. It's not all have the tattoos, right?
No, but you kind of, since they're all kind of fighting together, logic would dictate it that they're kind of all...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know what? Those are the guys I'm going for. I think I'm going to have to punch an orc.
Yeah.
So...
You're kind of like pushing your way through the crowd, just like, ah!
Yeah, pretty much. It's, yeah, all right, let's get this party started. Yeah, I think I just got to straight up punch an orc.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. There is my thing on this. Just got to find my actions. All right, here we go. Yep.
Unarmed strike.
Oh,
14. You make contact.
all right. Just out of curiosity, for the purposes of sneak attack, do these guys count as an ally right now?
I'd say yes, because they're all ganging up on the same target. I would probably say, yeah, it kind of makes sense that a sneak attack might work, because she is kind of focusing on the group of 5 guys that are...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take advantage when it comes to that. I don't see sneak attack as a thing I can just add on to my thing here, so I'm just going to... All right, well, look, that's what? So 3 damage plus the d6, which is... You should see this one, I think. It's a 2. Can you see that, out of curiosity?
No, I did not, but that's okay.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, karate chop.
just out, just like from the crowd, just this. Ah! And she like turns around and she's like, what the hell, man? You take my money and then you beat the shit out of me.
I am going to immediately apologize and then point to the guy with the with the tattoo and go, "You're my party planner. Please help."
She goes, "Well, I told you, you're gonna be dead," and well, we'll soon find out.
Oh yeah, no, I immediately regret my decision.
Was it worth it?
Nope. Well, maybe we'll find out.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays out. Everett, you still hiding under the table, mate?
Yes, but can I make a check to see who in this, I don't know, mob knows what's going on?
From your position underneath a table, you just see a lot of legs.
I'll just send a message to the nearest pair of legs using the message cantrip.
Okay, and what's your message say?
Excuse me, what's going on? You can whisper something back. That's it.
So polite for a bar fight.
You kind of hear this. I've got 5 gold. I've got on the orc. That's it.
Yeah, and then I'll like cut a piece of meat and just eat it.
Hiding under the table eating jerky.
I love it.
Just see this hand kind of go.
All right, Dean. In your solitude of what is it? Fortress of Solitude. What are we doing?
Oh, like I'm just still watching. Unless these boys decide to pull out weapons in this little bar fight, I'm going to be pretty much doing nothing.
All right. So yeah, pretty much. They're throwing like it's a full-on brawl, and just like another Dragonborn has just literally leapt from the crowd and just kind of judo chop into the back, and it's kind of works in the movies.
Yeah, I really Austin Powers it.
All right.
Yeah, I find that absolutely hilarious, and I'm actually sort of changed my mind. I'm going to cast another minor illusion.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I can do as many as I like without using any of them because they last for a minute. But I'm going to sort of, I'm going to make a noise this time, right next to the one of the bandits, and I don't know if I can.
Yep.
Or is it just noises with minor illusion?
I'm not 100% sure.
If I remember correctly, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Like a girl?
Why not?
It's either images.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Images or sounds.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, yeah. So I'm gonna sort of have one of the sound bandits telling one of the other bandits that they hit like a girl. See if I can't.
Stir the pot, yeah.
And he kind of like, so one of the bandits is kind of like in the midst of it is, I guess, kind of like he shouts some sort of like mockery back, and you can't really quite make it out over like the crowd roar. Like he kind of thinks it's coming from like somewhere in the crowd, kind of not really paying attention too much, kind of like throwing blows. It's getting pretty hectic now, so yeah, like it doesn't really take too much of a notice to it, really, unfortunately.
Alright,
Oh, man, when you're saying throwing
no
blows, I
problem.
feel
I'm
like
just trying to
gonna
throw
get
more
one
mischief in
together.
anyway, so if it didn't work,
Okay, Yager's turn. So, what do we got there? 11
Oh,
against
thank
you, Wiggy?
Christ, my armor class is 12. Oh.
So she basically wild hangs like a left hand, and you've kind of just slightly dodged underneath it, just kind of brushing against, like you feel the full force of the wind, like just she's done a full like 180 kind of swing punch wildly there at ya.
I totally forgot to equip my armor. My AC is 13.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no.
Elvilda, your turn.
Is the owner? I've forgotten his name. Is he nearby at all? Can I see him?
Yeah, he's like standing at the bar, just kind of like he's just like kind of like looking around, just like he's kind of like thinking that this might have should have been over pretty soon, and he's like up the top there where he was basically right in front of you where you're standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
realizing this, how many people are between me and him, or can I navigate through them fairly easily?
There's no one there. Like they're all gathered around this fight. This is like the greatest lunchtime hour spectacular. It's cabaret.
Perfect. I'm gonna run over to him. I take out my notebook and my pen, and I'm like, excuse me, sir. The chains attaching the sign to the roof outside, is that chain oxidized?
Chains oxidize?
Yes.
Can't you
It's
see
got
my bar?
It has a dark patina to it. I wanted to know if that was oxidization induced by age, or if that was deliberate when you constructed the sign. How old is the sign, by the way?
I painted it. It's just iron paint. It's
Iron.
any kind of
Paint
like
made
starts-
of iron or paint over iron?
he kind of like just gets up and starts like starting to make his way towards this bar fight. He's
Sir.
starting to-
I follow him.
yeah.
And that's my turn. I'm going to follow him and demand answers about this sign.
Fair enough. Bandits. They kind of like all realize, hey, this guy's on our side here.
Oh, thank Christ. At least that part worked.
Well, to be fair, you didn't swing at them.
Yeah. I was worried about getting in a melee, though.
It's a fist fight. You're fine. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
So-
No, I cannot see that. I was looking at something else.
So,
Never mind.
like, just all of a sudden, there's like they've all just piled on, and they're just like the half orcs like fall into the ground with them all just bombarding at once, and they're just like laying into her on the ground. She's
Oh,
now
dear.
on the ground with the axe.
Okay.
She's still putting up a fight on the ground. She's like wrestling with them all, and yeah, but they're like the one guy, the bald-headed guy that you've identified, is actually like on top, somehow managing to like keep her down.
Somehow managing to keep her down. All right. Okay. All right. Let's try this. All right. Yeah. No. Look, I'm gonna try to. like I'm assuming he's another, thief rogue kind of thing. So I'm going to try to speak his language there and tell him, look, it's time to it's time to rob. You don't want the ruffles.
Translation?
Yeah, so that is time to get out of here because very soon you're going to get the shackles put on you.
And he's like, he kind of like looks up at you. He's like, I have unfinished business with this one. And like kind of just elbow like right on the chest, kind of like holding it down pretty much. Still. Do you want to do anything else?
I think the message is sent.
Yeah.
This...
Like, Everett, as this is all happening, like, crowds are just, like, going crazy. You still eating your meat under your table?
So at this point, I see the orc fall to the ground, and I actually see a person, like, and I'm tempted for a moment to send a message to them to ask what's going on. But then I kind of realize they're probably not in a position to answer that. And I, like, look at the floor where I'm eating, and it's just disgusting. Yeah. So I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to clean the floor that I'm eating on.
And just like that, the dirt is gone. I think Dean's
That's my turn.
Yeah, I think Dean's just gone to...
He's back.
He's back. Yeah. Hey, just in time. So, you've kind of witnessed this. For some reason, behind the crowd, there's this immaculate glow just reappeared and then just dimmed down. But yeah.
So it looks like this fight's almost over. The orc's been sort of, taken down by 5 guys. It's a bit unsportsmanlike. So I'm gonna send a... What's the range on this? I want to send my healing light to the orc. 60 foot. So long as I can see them within 60 foot.
Where's my
I'll
measuring?
Send her...
There's a measuring tool on roll 20, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's hold shift, or is it control?
If you go like to the left where the mouse icon is, you can flip the ruler and circle and have it.
Ruler and circle. Oh yeah, I see it. Cool.
Yeah, that's not me anyway, but...
Yeah. To the orc? Yeah. Oh, just in range.
Okay, so I'll send her a d6 of healing.
Alright.
So I'll roll that. That. So she gets 6 hit points back.
Ooh.
And then I'll just take another swig of my beer and go, well, this will make it last a bit longer.
Fair enough. So
she just like lit up in front of me. I'm like, why?
All right. So Yagra Bean Pin is going to try to throw this person off. Oh, so Summering, like after this, just feeling just rejuvenated and just reinvigorated, just like grabs the guy, stands up, and is like holding him above her head right now, and is just like pretty much holding him above his head, and yeah, is now just basically taunting the guys, the 4 other bandits.
That's my contact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like I'm not sure if like people have ever like seen that, like you pick up a kid and they're kind of like having like a tantrum and like banging on the back of the parent or something like that. That's basically what he's doing now. Basically what he's doing now. Yvilda, you still harassing Danan, the bartender, about his sign?
No, I was distracted after I saw that pylon, and I was like, oh my goodness. And so I have since climbed up on the bar just to get a better vantage point, so I can now see everything. Um, now, I am wondering, is this? I'd like to make some sort of a knowledge check because I want to know if this is the kind of establishment where, if the guards were to, let's say, step in, everyone would scatter. Is this that kind of a situation, or are these people sort of too deep in the brawl to really care?
Just make a straight wisdom roll for me.
Okay. Oh, why did I even offer to do that? My wisdom modifier is 0. Bah!
From your recollection and your kind of knowledge of like laws from towns past, you believe that having guards come in here would be the right thing to do.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay. I'm wondering if I can use magical tinkering, which is imbuing a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of your choice. So I'm wondering if I could imbue that with perhaps some sort of recorded message where I'd pretend to be the guards and it would be this big kind of like voice where it'd yell out and just be like, I don't know, what are the Waterdeep? Like, oi! Waterdeep guards here, break it up, or something to that effect. Alvilda doesn't know. She's making this up as she's going on.
Is there a time limitation on doing that at all?
So it just says here, imbue a tiny non-magical object with the property of your choice, 5-foot radius of light, up to 6 seconds long of a recorded message. I can emit an odor or a non-verbal sound. The thing I use, static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. You can affect a maximum of 3 objects at a time. I would have to move closer, but...
Yeah, I'd say you could probably do that in a turn. Just grab an object and you're kind of just recording a message, I guess.
Well, what I might do then is, let's see, sort of move a little bit closer. So say to about here. And then I have this, I have pouches everywhere, but I've got this little empty pouch. So I would like to use that and then just kind of toss it towards where the fight is. I guess I'd have to select 3 people. If I throw it, would that leave that sort of close enough to affect kind of these 3 here, the closest 3 people, or would I be affecting the crowd?
Depends how well you can throw.
Dex check.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that more than 1 turn? Because I'm happy to wait and just do it next turn. Because the tinkering will take 1 whole turn.
Yeah, so, because throwing's actually interacting with an item, so that is a action. So, you're going to have to wait for your next turn for that.
That's fine. So I'm standing amongst the crowd and I've just got this bag and I'm just whispering in there, trying to make it sound as loud and deep as possible without kind of giving the game away. So that's going to be my turn.
Yeah, so it's like, because you're kind of like on the border of the crowd, like the people, like you're kind of standing in front of, like looking behind you and like, okay.
As I'm whispering into this bag, I'm just going to go and give the thumbs up.
Guy turns around and is like, all right. All sorts of people. All right. So I'm going to have to do this individually. The ball-headed guy, still up in the air, unfortunately, is not breaking free, but his 4 buddies are going to try to lay into her. Oh, dear God. Oh. All right.
I can't see your rolls and it's making me nervous. It's just like in real life where you've got the GM screen up. I'm too used to being a GM where I can see all rolls all the time.
Now you know what players feel like.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Welcome to my lair. So they're kind of like, as she's got him like up in the air, kind of left her kidneys and ribs basically exposed, and they're just kind of doing the low jabs in. Lets off a pretty big as she's getting pretty much pummeled, tenderized. And that brings us up to the start of the turn. I'm gonna get off that. So basically, as that's happened, Danan like breaks through the crowd and he's just like, "All of you, out now!" And they've kind of like all turned around, looked at him, and they're like, Half-Orc's like, puts the guy down, and they start leading the crowd. They're just like, "Ah, burn! Ah, burn!" All that. So the crowd starts dissipating away.
Damn it!
And yeah, the 5 guys walk out. The Half-Orc kind of grabs like a drink that's on the like spilled on the ground, finishes it off, and starts walking out the door.
I had a chance to use my pouch of guard interruption. Now I just gotta keep it
for
for
later.
another random moment.
All right, so what are you guys up to?
I'm guessing I'm also walking out.
Not really, because you just came like no one. Danan didn't really see you make a punch.
Yeah, here you go. How about that? Just sneaking back into the crowd, like, yeah, boo, boo, boo. Who's in there? Boo.
Boo words, boo words. Yeah,
Actually,
so
I kind of do want to head out. That's my contact. I gotta go.
all
I'm
right.
going to huff over to this table here, and just plop myself down and throw this carefully. It's sealed, it's tied up. Throw my nifty Tinkerer's pouch on the table and sigh.
Yeah, so
Pretty soon you like see emerge from under the table. Hello.
Hello. Have you ever had a moment where you create something brilliant and it's wasted?
Yeah, probably. Sounds like
I need
Yeah.
another drink. I'm going to
Done.
start writing
Alright.
up again.
I drop my illusion so it no longer looks like the table's upended and say, "Haha, need another drink after that one." Probably head up to the bar.
So as the crowd kind of dissipates from the center, you see the barmaids, the servers, the dish pigs, the busboys, and all that. They're kind of like picking up all that. Denard's just like standing there, just kind of like shaking his head in disbelief. So as you
Did actually, did you leave the bar? No, you merged.
Yeah, I
You
merged
merged
back
back
in
in,
the
didn't you?
crowd, but I am going to start making my way to the door as well. I'm just trying to not be too associated, but I do need to be
Yeah.
associated.
So if I see the fellow Dragonborn sort of, who was part of the fight wandering through the crowd, I'll sort of, grab him by the shoulder and just say, "Hey, you deserve a beer after that. Come on, let's go get you a drink."
Love the drink. Love that idea. I just need to talk to someone for a moment.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Don't want to say no. Come on, let's go. Right up here. 2 beers, big steins, and like I'm a big Dragonborn. Like I tower
Yeah, I
over
feel like
that
you're bigger
orc
than me.
even. So yeah, so I'll just steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, that's no.
And so it kind of comes back to normal. You guys are after a couple of beers. So Dean.
Yep, and I'll buy.
Alright.
Wolverax.
So, yeah,
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Pretty much after that. So what is it? 8 nibs for the beer, for the ale.
All right, done.
Elvdia and Everett, you guys another beer, another drink?
Well, I did want another drink. I pull out some paper and I set it underneath the empty tankard, and I just take the pouch I popped on there, and I turn to my new table companion. I'm going to get a drink and drown my sorrows. Would you like anything while I'm up?
Um, I'm fine.
Okay. Um, could you do me a favor? Make sure they don't clean this up, and I point to the pile of notes under the tankard. They can take the tankard, but not the notes. It's scrap, but sometimes I come back to it and I find new things. So please don't let anyone take it.
All right, I can mend that.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna walk up to the bar and order a drink.
Yeah, easy. So, just 4 nibs, please.
Oh dear. Currency.
Got it.
And I open my pouch. How? I'm sorry. I'm unfamiliar with the exchange rate. And I just take a handful of coins and kind of drop them on the table.
So you drop.
As you go to take them all, I put my finger down on the shiniest one and say, "I'm happy for you to keep them all if you can tell me what kind of paint your boss used on that chain outside where the sign is."
Paint. Oh, I think it's just how it came.
Huh. Interesting. And then I take my finger off and I take out my notepad and write it down.
In total, you lose 17 nibs, 17 copper pieces.
A small total in the grand scheme of things. I'll find more.
Well, one was a little bit newer than the others, so.
Mm.
Yep. So as you're
Knowledge is priceless.
as you're jotting down, you kind of hear this. Oh God! No! Shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature comes out of the middle of the well.
Damn it.
So, a monster with warty green skin, tangled nests of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. It bares its teeth and bares its yellow teeth and howls. And you can see half a dozen bat-like creatures. I'm gonna try to bring them all to the token layout. There we go. Come out.
Bat-like creatures in a huge hulking green. You know what, Dean? I don't think I'm coming back to this bar anymore.
Well, this is a bit more entertainment than I had bargained for. Kind of have to might agree with you there, son. Anyway,
So,
let's see how the sort of barkeep deals with it. He's pretty good with it.
So, basically, as this big giant green creature comes out underneath, a big like swirl of like these bat-like creatures start swirling around it, and then some like seem to be like latched onto it, and as the body kind of exposes to the tavern light, they start detaching, flying back down into it, but there seems to be a few that are hanging around about it all. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the same initiative order. Makes it pretty much easy. But
I assume that Wilverax and I are both up at the bar. I've moved myself.
yeah,
I did not move myself. That alright.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
You do not want to be there. All right. Let's add all these.
That's where we're going to
down.
be. Jeez. Behave. There we go.
Oop. 14, and as like someone's like kind of yelled out as this is all happening, like the bar just empties straight away. Like as soon as it filled up, it is now kind of empty. Danan's standing there. Everyone's kind of like just stand like the barmaids and stuff like that. They're all kind of like standing there like, shit. Wivy, what are we doing, mate? You're first
right.
cab off the rank.
Okay, so yeah, there's no one here to really stop this except for us right now.
Yeah, so the big giant green creature, he's not looking too good for like someone that's just crawled out looking for I guess a fight, if you want to say that. It's kind of looking
Rarely
a bit.
do I think a green man crawling out of a well will look good. That's not somewhere you're at if everything in life is going well.
Nah.
Well, Timmy O'Toole wasn't that well for, gosh, if he's old and green, probably like 50 years. So.
All right. What I am going to do then is, all right. So I've got two people next to me there.
Yeah.
I've got to zoom in to see who the person next to me actually is. Aside from Dean. Zoom in a little.
That'd be
Okay, cool.
Lucy.
It's yeah, Alvilda. All right.
Wilder.
Cool. Throw everything you've got at it. And I am going to jump over the bar and hide behind it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Should I throw a stealth check out or something? Or is that fine?
That's fine. That's pretty much fine.
Yeah, cool. That is what I'm doing then.
Everett, your turn, mate.
I am tempted to just hide under the table again, but I want to make some distance between myself and that thing. So I'll make sure I have everything that I need from my table. I'll grab those notes.
Oh, thank God.
I was given charge over them.
Thank you.
Then I will move back there 30 feet and try to just take as much cover as possible.
So yeah, you kind of like there's a upturned table that's been carted to the side, a couple of broken tables and stuff like that from the previous little fist fight that was there, and you're hiding. All right, what do we got? We got a bat-like creature. Fortunately, I think he's going to have to go for a Danan there. And what do we got there? Hits. Fair enough. So as like these bat-like creatures come out, one like swings at Danan and it's actually kind of like latched onto him on his one of his side there.
Ooh.
So yeah, that is all good. Seems like he's had worse, and I'm gonna guess that this one's gonna have to go for Danan as well, apparently, because he's the closest person. It's another hit. All right, cool. Dean.
Wow. Alright, so I don't like the looks of the big, but the little bats I might be able to. Alright, so let's have a look-see. So 90 foot. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure I'm in range. I'll just hex one of the bats. Probably the one closest to me. So bonus action hex. I'll give it a disadvantage on its strength.
So the closest one to
I
you,
will-
which is this one here.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I would have thought that one.
All right, you want to go that one? Yeah, easy. So you're
Yep.
putting a hex on him.
Yep.
For a disadvantage.
I'll then, yeah, disadvantage on strength. So I'll then move behind the bar along with the Dragon Ball guy. So, yeah, this is fun, ain't it? And then I'll Eldritch Ball. So that's the one that I've hexed. So
Alright.
that's roll 13.
13. Fortunately, it kind of scaves off. The whale kind of protects it a little bit too much as it's kind of flying around. It's very hard to hit. And kind of like as you send off your blast, ducks down the last second.
Right. Not a problem. So with
Um,
whatever's left of my movement, I'm a tall boy, so I'm not going to sort of get full cover, I'm sure, behind a bar, but I'll...
So you've kind of casted Hex on this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ends his turn there. He's kind of like, you've seen where it's come from, the blast and everything like that. He's going to hone for you at this stage.
Oh,
Builder.
give him a big cheesy grin there. Come, bring it.
What are we doing?
Can I roll an intelligence check and just see what this green dude is about? See if I know anything.
Yeah.
Any potential weaknesses, what it is.
Yeah, have a go.
Okay. $20.
This is a troll. It's a big, giant troll. But from your somehow passings of studies, you've come across like a book or two. Maybe Volo's Guide to Monsters or something like that. You've seen that trolls don't generally look like this one. It's not looking too good. But yes, it's a troll.
Any particular weaknesses I should know about, or do I not?
It's you know that fire's not its friend. It doesn't like fire.
Cool.
Yeah. Any movement or anything like that?
Yeah. So I'm going to shout out to everyone loud enough to hear me. So just so that we're all on the same page here, this is a troll, and it doesn't look too good. And well, if any one of us perhaps fire or arson inclined, I think we should throw some fire at it if possible. Good luck! And with that, I'm going to run behind the bar and just kind of go and crouch down.
All right.
So they're like, none of you guys did what I hoped you would.
I mean,
Run out the front? Yeah, no.
I was planning to like attack, but next time, gotta line all my ducks up in a row.
No, this is kind of actually how I planned it.
Works well, it works well.
Good to know. All right. Cool. So the troll clambering out. He's gonna make his way to Dadan, and he's gonna swing at him.
Oh, no, miss.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, cool. Good to know. Alrighty. So, with two claws, stripes into him, and then just as he's kind of like got him, like ripped him open, goes in for like the bite. Yeah, Danar's not looking too particularly.
This is horrible. I'll never find out about that chain.
Not look too particularly good.
Geez, lass, you just have to ask the Guild of Sign Makers. They'll tell you.
I think I'm gonna have to.
So, Dadan, after being like ripped to basically to shreds a bit there, like yells out, like, "I've got the beast. You guys take care of these bloody strings." And then he launches into.
I like
his foot spot.
Launches into an attack. Yeah. Danan's a beast.
Thank goodness.
I mean, yeah, goddamn.
I was expecting regular innkeeper. I was expecting him to be smushed into the floorboards by now. Thank goodness it's not.
Everyone was scared of
Dadan
him
here's
for a
an
reason.
adventurer. He's been down in the portal a heap of times. You can hire him to sort of take you as a guide.
Thank goodness.
This will be interesting. Poor troll, he don't know what's going to hit him.
Yeah, it's like it's ripped him open to an open chest surgery. And
Yeah,
he's just
so-
like, I'll still get ya.
So, as he grabs his, like, got his greatsword there, basically he's just like, wham bam, wham bam, wham bam, and then unfortunately, as he's kind of really gone wham bam on the third time, fourth one kind of gone over his head a bit there. The troll is literally looking a lot worse than it did when it came crawling out.
Mm.
Wivy, after seeing that,
I don't think I saw anything. I'm hiding behind the whole counter trying to find.
Well, you just heard a lot of well, after hearing the commotion of the bartender just saying, "I've got this troll." Oh, what are we doing?
Just heard, I've got this. Thud, thud, thud. I'm like, he hasn't got this, man. All right, so you said fire, so I'm going to turn to Elvidia. Have you got fire? And then Dean, have you got fire?
Yeah, I got fire.
I don't have fire readily available, but I can use a tinderbox to make fire. I have a candle.
The whole area is wood and got full of alcohol. Let's not do that.
I have oil.
That's so much worse. I'm getting up now. So I'm going to come out of hiding to shoot that little guy. Now I was in hiding, right? Do I get it? Does that mean that I get the advantage for this attack roll?
Not really, because you kind of like it was already heading towards that direction. Like
That's right.
Yeah, you've kind of popped up where he's already going. It's just like surprise, boom. Oh.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That didn't quite work out. All right, so let's just try it anyway. Hope for the best. 9.
Swing and a miss, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't know how to use this. I'm going to crawl over this way.
Hopefully Alvilda fares a little bit better with her short bow.
I mean, it is like a bat-like creature. It is quite small, so it's understandable that you might have missed the creature there.
I just like to think that I'm really not good at combat. Like, come on, I tried to judo chop an orc.
With great effect.
So yeah, I would like to go prone and crawl over here.
Everett, what are we doing, mate? You've just seen... Well, I guess you would have seen this orc just troll thing crawl over, get the... literally slash the shit out of Danan, and then Danan turning back around and doing the same thing.
I'll just like poke my head. I'm like shaking behind this upturned table, and I just like point a finger at one of these little, like this little guy right here.
Yep.
And I just shoot a ray of frost at it.
Cool. Go for it.
So let's see.
Oh,
24.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, so
3 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
So as you cast your ray of frost into it, it engulfs the bat-like creature, and it's just literally frozen in place in like midair. And as that takes effect, it falls to the ground, shatters into a million pieces.
Okay, not much.
Okay, and then I'll just duck back behind the overturned table.
No worries. So this stone is still attacking Danan here. Hits. Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright, Dean, what are we doing?
Alright, I'm Eldritch blasting this other Sturge again.
Yeah, go for it.
This same one again, I should say. And it's worse. Okay.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, bud. Swing
Damn it.
and a miss.
Alright, so this ain't going too well. Should I move? Because he's gonna get to me next round. He's liking the smell of my.
He likes that Eldritch blast.
Yeah. What's where can I go? I don't think I can go anywhere that he's not going to be able to reach me anyway. Yeah, I'll just sort of like try and have some cover from him with the bar.
It is a flying creature.
It's not going to do. Yeah, I know it's going to do absolutely nothing. I know. but if I bring him down low enough, maybe my other Dragon Ball friend here can sort of get in and do a stabby hand chop thing that he tried on the orc. Work.
It
Yeah,
worked
I'll-
once. Why not? All right. Well, as you say, thinking all that, he comes up to you, and he is going to make an attack. Now, you said hex for disadvantages on attack, or was it strength?
It's a attribute you say. So strength was the one I
Ah.
picked. So if he's doing an attack based off strength, he's got disadvantage.
Is it? No, it's not.
Dex, damn it. It was 50-50 chance.
12 to hit.
Will hit.
Will hit. So, as it comes in up over the barrel, kind of like does a dive in, and its little proboscis kind of bites into you and does 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh my
Ow.
God.
Ow. Jesus.
What the hell?
Okay, I'm
Like,
not gonna
And it is-
want to take another one of these things.
It's kind of latched onto you now, too, as it's kind of like sucking your blood from you.
Oh, is it a bat or a mosquito? That's so gross.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
they're big
bat-like
mosquitoes.
creature, yeah, and it's got a big giant
Mosquito.
proboscis.
Blech.
Ow! That hurt.
Vilda,
Still hurt. Get this thing off me.
what are we doing?
Oh, wait, faster.
Mm. Okay, I do feel like perhaps we can handle the bat because there's so many people. Well, there's 3 of us up here, so I'm gonna try to take some damage off of the troll. So I'm going to use my short bow. Let's see, where am I? God damn it!
7, no. Unfortunately.
None of us know how to actually use a bow.
Doink.
What is this?
The point- The pointy
If
end
I
goes
just
into
run
the
it.
monster.
I just run into the bat and knock it off of.
So you've kind of notched the bow, fight just not enough strength behind the actual drawback.
This is terrible. All I can do now is move.
Anything else?
Hmm. No, all I can do is move.
Alrighty. So the troll.
Alright, I'm gonna move down here.
Fair enough.
There we go.
So the troll is focusing on Danan. Oh dear God. Okay.
I tried to help.
All right. So what was?
Have you got cursed dice like all GMs and keep rolling 20s or something silly?
That's actually my first nat 20 of the night.
Don't tell us that.
I'm so happy with that. And yeah, Danan's still standing, quite fine. He's just again, same deal, just the wombo combo, rip, chunk.
It's so stressful. Oh my goodness.
He has no torso anymore, and he's still barking orders at us. It'll be fine. He's just going full Black Knight now. It's just a flesh wound.
Well, so as that's happened, Danan, as one of the claws is ripping in, it seems to broken through his armor that he's wearing underneath his overcoat, kind of shreds through. Danan leaves up his greatsword and lops off that actual hand, the arm, straight from the troll. And the troll's just reeling back as this just viscous black ooze is just pouring from
I-
this.
Is anyone else feeling super embarrassed that like we can't even like loose a couple of arrows and this innkeeper's just like like cutting limbs off of a giant troll?
I told you, I don't actually know how this works.
I'm just feeling a little woozy at the moment. It's like, I don't know.
You're literally hooked up to like this like cannula right now. You're like, oh god.
Yeah, so as that's all happening as well, gets his tacks in, he's lobbed it off, gone boom boom. And as he's done that, like as the troll's like reaving back, he's kind of like just jumped up and just straight into the troll itself. Basically, troll just on the ground.
I'm so embarrassed right now.
And is basically just falls back into the well in which it came from. Liviax, what are we doing?
No, I'm getting. I'm not going to be embarrassed about this. I'm going to get something back. I'm going to throw my short bow on the ground because it's clearly broken, and you should never buy weapons from goblins.
That's true.
I am going to stand up, and I am going to yell at the bat-like creature that no one kills the person who buys me drinks. And I'm going to rush at it, stabbing with my short sword. And, oh man, for your effort, I really hope I know how to use a short sword.
I hope so too.
So let's find out. All right. Oh no.
my god. Oh my god.
No, you don't.
Why?
We're all gonna die.
All right, so let me
from
rephrase.
Stingers.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. No one kills the guy who buys me drinks except for me.
So as you're like kind of running up, you're looking at your friend and you're like,
Oh god.
kind of like swing and
Lower, no,
and
too low.
you've kind of overcompensated for where it's actually latched onto, because you're like, if I go too far this way, it's gonna go hit him, and if I go far, I'm gonna miss. So yeah, you've just gone basically the ladder of it all and just straight into the bar top there.
So chop straight into the bar. Look, I couldn't use a short bow. I couldn't use a short bow. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna sigh. You got this, buddy.
Maybe judo chop it next time. That seemed, because that worked before. Maybe like your power is in like the unarmed strike.
I
Secretly
foresee
a
you.
monk.
I foresee with the X multi-classing into a monk.
Yeah, monk's the path for you.
Yeah, no, it seems like it. I can't use weapons apparently.
Everett, what are you doing? You've troll's gone. You're frozen as strange.
Yeah, I'm going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, like right there. And so just to get a better vantage point on this mosquito bat, and I'll try to hit it with a ray of frost.
Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
12? Miss, unfortunately. Again, it's kind of doing the same thing to Danan. He's kind of latched on. Again, you've kind of like overcompensated that time around as well.
Sorry, my eyes were closed.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I got to attack with my eyes open. Jesus.
So this one is launched on Danan. He's still good. Dean.
All right, I'm gonna make this stooge do a dex saving throw, and I'm gonna cast my Sacred Flame on it, which I realize isn't actually fire damage, so I don't actually have fire damage. But anyway, so dex save 14. DC
8.
14, I should say. So he cops the damage, so it's this damage plus a d6 from my hex.
Oh, it's hella gone.
So there you go.
as you kind of like it's kind of like latched onto you, and you just like it's kind of like that scene from The Matrix. It's just like dodge this.
Make it explode into a little powerful blood. It's like, oh, bloody hell, that was mostly my blood.
Pretty much.
Little shit.
I like to think of this.
Now I'll transfer my hex onto. I believe I can transfer my hex now that it's dead onto the last one. How does hex work? Let me just check. If the drops to 0 hit points, the spell ends. You can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new card. Oh, okay, so that's next time anyway. So even though I haven't used my bonus, I can't. So
Alright.
not yet. All right, that's me done.
Elvilda.
I helped.
Yes, I like my cheerleader. You're awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to. Okay, I've got a clear line of sight at the bat. Lord help me! I'm gonna try and shoot the bat with my short bow. This will be good. Hopefully, I don't accidentally kill Danan.
He's taken like 6 brutal strikes from a troll.
That does not make me feel better, GM. He's already
it's
close
that
to death. You'll be fine.
It's that roll of 1 that you're going to do and hit him. That 1 hit point you give him is going to top him over.
All right.
Just like
none of us have it.
Fuck's sake! Why? This channel's 18
So
plus.
selling this.
Yeah.
I'm so selling these short bows later.
Yeah, I don't.
just standing out in front of the bar. Bow for sale. Bow for
Yeah,
sale.
no.
Only being used once.
I wanted to go for the flavor
That's giving me
to
an
work
idea.
towards having a gun later because I wanted to build it, and now I'm like, I should have just fucking bought it. I should have freaking bought a gun.
I should have brought a gun. It's like, twang,
You
twang.
brought a gun
fuck
to
it,
a
I'm getting my
troll fight.
cat.
Oh.
I think that's what we're gonna have to name this YouTube video. bringing a bow to a troll fight.
It's not gone. I am selling this bow. That's the second I'm out of here.
I'm gonna try.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm gonna try and upgrade it. There's got to be something I can use it for. God. All right. Well, that's my
Alright.
Kindling. You could use it for
a
kindling.
one-stringed harp.
All right, so as Danan kind of comes up, he's just gonna kind of
Oh, it's how it's done, Danon.
he's just basically gonna punch this because he's got a greatsword and he can't really swing a greatsword at himself, so he's basically just gonna punch the crap out of this thing. It's dead. I'm not even gonna roll for
He's
damage.
what's it?
Are you kidding me?
Well, he's got
He
4
was
attacks.
really
He probably
nice
sort of has
tonight.
a huge proficiency bonus.
Yeah, when you start asking, does a 30 hit? That's when you start asking a lot of questions. Yeah, Dinar just.
Knew I
Swats
should
it.
have gone to the tavern down the road.
And that's it. And on that, I think it's time for a break.
I'm gonna go and lick
Alright.
my wounds. Think of a better weapon to use.
So,
Jeez, I
gonna-
literally have to lick my wounds.
he's just on the
You're
ground, it's like,
still
my
bleeding,
blood,
you're
my
like-
blood. Alrighty, so we're going to take a quick 10-minute break here. We'll be back shortly. And, yeah, I'll get some lovely music to play for us in the background while we do that. So thank you very much. And, yeah, we'll be back very, very shortly. Alrighty, we are back. Thank you for just being waiting for us. We do need a bit of a break, and that was a pretty hefty fight that we just came from. So,
A pretty hefty fight for Danan.
Dude's a tank.
Behind the bar, can I see any drink?
There's like bottles of cheap whiskey.
All right,
and
I'm just grabbing something. I need this to replenish my.
So you
Up
kind
in
of
the
like
bottle of something random.
yeah, grab the random bottle of dark liquid there. Danan kind of like looking really worse for wear. He kind of dusts himself off a little bit, and he makes his way to you, Avilda, and just like, well fought, and then makes his way
Sir,
back.
will you be all right?
No, always behind you on this one. You know this.
He kind of looks at you, gives you a wink, and then makes his way back to the bar, kind of like limping a little bit, and he's
Wait, did he wink at me or?
yeah,
or
winks at you as you ask if he's all right, and then kind of just kind of makes his way back to the bar. And as like you kind of like look at this damage that's around you from like the troll, the mess that it's made, you kind of see like people looking in through the windows from the outside, and like there's people hiding behind the doors, like peeking through. Like,
You mean we had an audience when I wasn't able to use my bow? Oh my god.
yeah. So as the crowd kind of like starts coming back, that you kind of notice a man like well, are you guys actually doing anything after the fight, or I know
I'm
behind the
picking
bar.
up. Yeah, I'm going to be picking up my short bar. And I say, because this is an adventure bar, there's a couple of people around who might be interested in potentially maybe purchasing this fantastic relic, the short bow that was used in the fight of the troll of the Yawning Portal.
Yeah, so it does,
And
like,
I swear it's not malfunctioning. It works perfectly as intended. As you can see, there's now no more troll.
So as you're kind of like picking up your stuff and drinking way behind the bar, Danan kind of like looks at you and he's like, "Are you working, or are you paying for that?"
To me?
Yeah, mainly looking at you there, Dean, drinking away a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, come on! I can afford it. I just got bitten! Look at the whole of this!
They kind of like
Taking a
show,
bar.
kind of like proving a point to a guy that just got torn to shreds to a troll. But no, like Danan's like passes it off and is like just telling you like, go on, like be off with you, get out of behind his bar.
Alright.
Yeah, he's back.
Stagger out.
Yeah. Everett,
I suppose I should.
coming out from your table.
Yeah. Janelle, you do really look terrible, and I'll cast Prestidigitation and just clean him up a little bit.
On Danan.
Yeah.
So his wounds are still there, but
Yeah.
his
Now clean.
his clothes were kind of like sparkling clean. There's no troll blood. There's none of his blood still on there, but he still has a wound. It's kind of still, it seeps back around. But yeah, he's just like looks around and he's like, okay, kind of a little bit confused just to why you've cleaned him up.
GM,
Yes.
I would like to give something to Danan. So it is effectively a potion of healing, but Alvilda has just made a few tweaks to it. So she's going to go over and she's going to give him what looks like a sphere, and it's got these little prongs coming out of it, so that when he takes it, these prongs like go and spread out, and it takes the shape of a little spider and jumps on his chest, and it starts vomiting up this healing potion all across his wounds to heal him up.
Do you actually explain that to Denan what it is, or do
Yes,
you
I don't
say-
just throw it at him.
then-
I'm just like, now just
Right,
hold it.
mechanical
I'm just
spot.
Very good. I will explain that to him. Like, so this is a little contraption. It's a little contraption I've made. I think it's a far better, more specific use of a healing potion, as it can actually target the wounds and apply the healing potion over the wounds, and therefore you'll have the deepest wounds heal almost immediately. And it's just cute. Look at it. Isn't it cute? And indeed, it's got little tufts of like feathery, mechanical, wiry sort of hair all over its body to make it look like this cute little jumping spider.
Yeah, so he takes it and he goes, I suppose I better tell you about the sign then, shouldn't I?
Oh, let me get my pen. I get my pen and my little book. Yes, thank you.
It comes from the... God damn it. I had it written down, but it comes from a guild. The guild that made the sign. And I'll actually give you that name.
Pretty sure it was the Sign Makers Guild is the guild it was, if I remember correctly.
Yes, there is.
That's pamphlet.
Yes, I think there is a Sign Makers Guild. So yes, the Sign Makers Guild will go as...
Fascinating. Well, I have my next leg of the journey then, all marked out. Where is the Sign Makers Guild?
They're around. I just placed an order with one of the people. They came, saw me, and they delivered it. I don't travel.
Where is around?
They came here. I don't travel out of the tavern, basically.
Oh,
The tavern is my life.
see. Well, I will find out where the Sign Makers Guild are located then, and I will ask them all about their oxidized chains. Thank you.
Yeah. Easy. So as the bar kind of like returns back to normal, you kind of like people start crowding in. Like one man particularly kind of stands out and starts like clapping at you, and he's just like all into it.
It's just being one dude in the crowd.
Pretty much. Like, no one else, everyone else is, like, coming back in like it's just a normal day at the yarning portal, so it seems.
You know what? I want to talk to this guy real quick.
Well, first, he's going to say something to you.
Okay, let's do it.
So, you be adventurers, right? Am I right? I think I could use your help.
Oh, you're absolutely...
Let us find a table and talk, shall we? It's like kind of like the main three of you. Well, I guess you guys are all kind of together at the bar now. Kind of like just like we survived that.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah, with your axes on.
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm definitely down for that. I want to see that wizard doing stuff again.
So,
no, magic is great. You stick with me, kid. We're gonna go far.
Not sure what you mean by that, but okay.
No one does.
So, the four of you follow this kind of a man, like a grey, kind of nice looking moustache, nice trim beard, nice floppy hat, bit of a scarf. And he kind of like finds like an upturned table and pulls it up, and he's like sits down, and he's like gestures you to kind of grab some chairs, pull up to his table.
Scribers, Scribes and Clerks Guild. That's the guild. I know where they are. Why we? Oh.
There you go. That's the guild's name. I knew it. I had it here. I just couldn't find it.
Sorry, what was the guild's name?
Scribers, Scribes, and Clerks Guild.
Right.
I'm just gonna bring.
Of
their
course,
chairs
I'm
over to
saying they're
them while
slightly drunk because I've still got a bottle. I've been going through half a bottle of whiskey.
Clerks Guild. Do you know where
It's
they
your
are?
chair.
Where they're located?
Yes, I know this city like the back of my claw. Shit, where'd that come from?
Beer glut. So as you are up at the table, he sits down. Just as you pull up, I guess you all kind of pull up there. He strokes his moustache, adjusts his floppy hat, tightens his scarf. Volothamp Geddarm, chronicler, wizard, and, well, celebrity at your service. I trust you've noted... Kind of nods at you. I trust you've noticed the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Bouldergate. But now I fear I have misplaced a friend amid the odious malevolency. My friend is named Floon Balgmere. He's got more beauty than brains. And I worry that he took a bad way home a couple of nights ago and was kidnapped, or even worse. If you agree to track him down with all due haste, I can offer you all 10 dragons apiece now. And I can give you each 10 times that when you find Floon. May I prevail upon you in my hour of need? Kind of like leaning forward, and he's like kind of got like those puppy dog eyes kind of working.
Like that has like Puss in Boots, but he's an old grey man with a mustache.
Pretty much.
Okay, I kind of like that. All right, so Floon Balgmere gone missing, and you're willing to put down a whole bunch of yellow tin on this one.
I'll give you 10 dragons right now, all of you. All 4 of you. If you just say yes, you will do this for me.
All right. I'm in. What about the rest of these guys?
It's a slight detour for me, but in the grand scheme of things, this is exactly what I need on my quest of learning. As an aside, I really, really wish that Waterhavians wouldn't call their gold dragons, because when somebody says, I'll give you 10 dragons, I get very excited, and then... But yes, I'm in.
Haven't you
I'm
seen
not
our...
normally one to be hired, but I'm running low on funds, so I guess I'm in as well.
Money.
Dean? No.
Oh, he's gone muted again.
Go on muted. Just nod your head and give the thumbs up.
It's very effective.
he's too drunk to speak anymore.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
All right.
He's kind of like swinging back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm in."
I'm going to lean closer to everybody else.
Okay,
I don't
we're going to the guilds. I know where they are. Yep, I'm in.
I'm going to hold up my book in front of Dade's face. Would you give us a moment, please? I'm going to lean into everyone else. He's not always drunk, is he? Because I question the ethics of bringing somebody who's always drunk with us. Doesn't that seem dangerous?
I don't know him well enough to know.
Does nobody know who? Oh, and I pull the book down. Sorry, you're not normally drunk, are you?
I'm not drunk. What are you talking about, lass? And which one of you said that, by the way?
Ah.
That was the
I'm
three
kind
girls
of a
over
bit
there.
woozy from a loss of blood too. Drinking when you got less blood is bad. I think it's bad. Could be bad.
No.
Probably bad.
I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just smart.
Got me happier a lot quicker, though. I'll tell you that.
No, look, you're financially
I'm in.
prudent.
I might have a way to replace the blood in your body. If someone can give me their arm, and I need a tube, and then if I can salvage the thing from the bat that took the blood out in the first place, and I start scribbling everything down again.
It's the bat's gone. It got.
Hey, mustache, please forgive us. Yes, we'll take the job.
Excellent.
You left these at the table earlier. I'll pull out the notes.
Well,
The discarded notes.
So if
Oh,
I've caught up, you're missing a flute, right? That's what you said. A handsome flute.
No,
I know
Floon.
where you can.
Floon.
Yeah,
Floon
that's
is
what I
a-
said. Flute. You can
Turns-
buy
it's
them
a-
in the trade district.
turns
You've
to
been to the
Wivy.
trade ward, right?
Turns to Wivy and he's like, "So that's a yes. You'll help find Floon for me."
I am so sorry for the team that you have gathered here today. It's not quite Avengers Assemble, but I promise you,
Avengers.
oh, sorry, that's this whole other thing. I hear it's doing quite well in other nations, but don't worry about that. I promise I will babysit them, and I want that money.
Oh, excellent. Well, if you're going to hunt for Floon, well, he is a man and ruggishly handsome. Like just 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for him. But he's about 30 years old, red, wavy, blonde hair, and got a bit of an eye for a bit of a, a good bit of clovery, and well, it's been about 2 days now, so definitely a bit worried about him. And I think the last time I saw him was at the Skewered Dragon.
You and Dragon. Alright, so we're looking for a 30-year-old himbo in the Skewered Dragon.
Yes, and I think, if I remember correctly, that's in the dock ward.
Are you telling me you're going to skewer me? Better not be skewering me. Better be skewering him instead.
Gonna
Well, you've been
raise the
skewered
bottle back to his
tonight.
lips. It's okay.
And I just thump down on the table, head first, and fall asleep.
As you do that, one of the patrons comes by and pats you on the back, and as pats you on the back, you kind of see a bit of a glowing light, and she turns to you and goes, "He'll be fine in about an hour's time," and just walks off. You regain 6 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
So,
It's always good to make friends in the bar.
well,
Now,
you guys did just save the
Oh,
lunch hour.
Absolutely, and that's something I want to bring up with Mustache Man here now. So clearly, you've come to us seeing what we did before and how such an effective
Oh
task
yes,
force
it
we
was
were.
just marvelous to watch you work. Marvelous.
Oh, I can only imagine, and you're clearly well versed when it comes to adventuring and the grand spectacles and tales that come through. A man such as yourself.
Oh yes, so you've heard of me, have you? Well, that's no surprise.
Of course, no, the same. Recognized you before you even introduced yourself, but I'm thinking someone like you'd probably want a piece of history, wouldn't you?
What do you
no.
mean?
I put my short bow on the table. I mean, this could be yours. A relic to commemorate the day here.
Really? Then what did this bow do exactly? Was this the weapon you?
This bow was this bow was the one that took down that was involved in the fight with the troll. Darnan's been here himself, of course. Don't get me wrong, his greatsword, but that's an artifact I'll never get a hold of. But to be a piece of that history, to be involved in that's not something I'm sure you could pass up on.
Make a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage on this because you are doing him a favor.
Thank Christ for that, because I'm really speaking out of my ass right now. All right, persuasion. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna throw it out there twice because I forgot how to go for it. All right, so 16.
16. He kind of looks at it and he's how about I take the bow for now, and I'll get one of my artists to draw it up and commemorate it, and then I'll give you some of the royalties from the selling of this glorious moment here.
Someone as generous as you, letting me keep the weapon, the artifact itself, and then sharing out. You've got a deal.
I'm
His hand.
I'm taking it now though. I need to take it to my artist. He needs to.
Oh no. That's fine. No, take it for the time being. No, the fact that you're willing to give it back to me and then go through the rest of it. No, you are totally there for it. I'm in.
Cool. So he gives you the 10 gold each.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's ever gonna get this bow back?
Yeah, make an insight check.
He doesn't want his bow.
Well,
Unless he's
No.
playing you.
I don't.
Yeah, he's.
I'm thinking about other things.
It's Volo. It's Volo, man. Of course he's gonna give the bow back.
Yeah, no, I trust him.
Can you imagine if he doesn't give the bow back? You're gonna have a story. Oh, yeah, Volo stole my bow. Didn't give it back.
Look, either way, I feel like I'm coming out of this with a net positive.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any other questions? What do you want to do? Because Volo's just like sitting there. He's like kind of like.
I actually do have a question. When you and Floos is his name?
Floon.
Floon Bulgmir.
Floon Bulgmim.
Bolgmare.
Did Floon have any usually those of us who are blessed with good looks have certain dalliances with people? Was he seeing anybody that you're aware of? Could he be spending perhaps several nights with somebody and you're not aware?
So Volo kind of just like leans back in his chair and he's kind of lets out a sigh and he's like, "Look, it's probably my fault anyway. I was struggling writing my new book and decided to meet up Floon down at the Skewered Dragon a couple of nights ago, and it was just him and me, and we were just gambling the night away, drinking the night away, and after a few hours I left, and yeah, that was it. I went home and I'd never seen him for the past 2 days.
What does Floon do? Does he have any particular skills?
It's none that I particularly know. He's just really good at drinking and playing cards with me.
So he's a groupie. He's a good-looking groupie that you've lost in the dock district.
Well, I didn't really lose him. I haven't seen him. Misplaced, that's the word.
Do you misplace good-looking fellows often?
Well, he's my friend, and I'm just concerned, that's all. I just want to know he's safe, and, the city is quite big.
Himself.
Well, I think he's pretty good with a sword every now and then.
I'm sure he's fine, and I'm positive you didn't sell him.
Volo can't see this, but anybody who's next to me can see Alvilda write in giant letters, "helpless himbo," and with a circle around it, as she closes her notebook and pops it back in her tunic.
So you're an author?
Yes, you might have heard of my books.
Sorry, just very quickly, I'm just going to turn off my webcam for a moment, but I will still be listening on my phone to continue. I'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Do you have any advice for an aspiring author as myself?
Stick with it. That's all I can say is you stick with it. Everything that gets you down, just keep going.
Sorry, I heard something completely different, and I heard Dick Wizard.
I heard that dude first.
I kind of got that as well.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I was
I
just
heard Dick Wizard, and I was like, what?
Yes, Dick the Wizard.
Volo's got a fetish, it seems. Young dandies and dicking wizards. I mean, sticking with it.
It could mean so many things. It could mean sleep your way to the top. It could mean screw over a bunch of wizards. It could mean
Take your meaning from it. If you heard dick wizards, well, that's what you heard.
It could be the name of a private eye in Faerun. I'm Dick Wizard. The famous PI, Dick Wizard.
There's no spell that I can't.
Right now, between helpless himbo and Dick Wizard in two big circles.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
I thought it was me. Oh, that just misheard. Oh, man. Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm sorry. I just...
It's these moments that we play D&D for. Okay. Anything else for Volo?
Sorry.
Well, I take it you guys have heard enough, and you'll be on your way to find Floon. I'll meet you here. I'll be here if you need anything else. And then he gets up and heads upstairs.
All right. Well,
Okay.
look, turning to everyone else, I'm gonna like count out my coins real quick. I'm gonna be like, guys, he gave me enough money to buy another short bow. I think I could do the same thing.
Just constantly resell short bows to Volo.
Technically,
Con.
give right now.
No, I'm just saying, I've got enough money now to buy another short bow. I could probably sell it to someone else saying it's the short bow.
True. Oh.
10 dragons.
I mean, he gave me 10 dragons, but I have 25 now.
Yeah, I'm 56 away from that component that I need.
Ooh.
So
I don't even know what I'm going to spend my money on.
I'm hoping someone sort of puts mine into my purse, or sort of they can filter it themselves, because I'm taking a short rest, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Kind of was like the gold thumping at the table. Like, it's 10 gold. You kind of like stir up. You're kind of getting up there a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll I look up and go, feel a little better from that. Ooh, gold. Yes, please.
Son of a bitch, I never found my contact. I just punched an orc woman and they left.
Well, my job here is done.
Literally, I'm just picturing how it must seem to someone who's just come into the channel, and it's like, yeah, I just came into this bar, punched an orc woman, and then that's it.
I don't think context even makes it that much better.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
So we need to go to the dock district then.
yeah, I'll go grab my things from my room, but shouldn't take me too long.
Okay. I think I have everything that I need. Notes.
Look, I might try to. Is Darnan still around? Is he like tending the bar with an open chest wearing like a boss? Does OH&S exist?
Oh, he was healed for however many hit points that where was it?
With the number of like priests and paladins, clerics, all that just come through the bar, the Narn's fine. And I'm sure he's probably got a stash of healing potions somewhere around. So, yeah,
My little spider healed him with 10 hit points.
Max, that's great.
Basically, I kind of want to ask him, or if he's not around, I want to, maybe crowdsource where the bandits may have come from. They seem to be known somewhat by people.
Give me. Do you want me to? Can you roll it all, or no?
Oh, I'm just away from the computer right now. I'm on my phone. If you can roll it for me, that'd be totally fine. I'm cool with that.
So funny enough, as you're kind of like looking around, you're kind of looking for your own kind. You do actually notice, a guy, like just sitting down drinking. He's got similar tattoo, like on between his like pointer finger and the thumb, just in like that fleshy part of the hand there. Kind of see that.
Yep.
It's the same tattoo as yours that you've been looking for.
All right. Yeah, guys, one tick. I need to talk to him.
As you kind of like, I guess you just like walk up to the table.
Yeah, no, I'm going to walk up to. I'm assuming there's an empty seat. I'm going to take the empty seat and ask if he's my party planner.
He kind of looks at you.
It means contact.
Kind of looks at you a bit confused, and he's like, "You want in?"
Yeah, no, I'm in. What
you-
work are we talking?
I'm not the guy. I literally joined like 10 days ago. You're looking for a guy
Little
called.
brother for the outfit.
You're looking for a fella called Kurtz.
Kurt?
Krentz. Krentz?
Perfect.
Krentz.
Where would he?
Well, if he's not here, he's probably back at the hideout, and unfortunately, members only.
No, of course. You gotta stick to procedure for these kind of things. The last thing you need is the ubba-dubbers walking around, alright? Don't worry, I'm not gonna yelp. But maybe you could pass on a message for me.
Okay.
Just tell them to meet me here tomorrow, and let's, maybe try not to get thrown out this time.
He kind of like looks at you and he sticks out his hand like, well, come on. Nothing's free in this world.
No, wouldn't expect it to be. You know what? I like you. For this one, I'll give you a dragon.
Jimmy Benston's my name. You got a
Jimmy Ben.
Jimmy Benston, and he takes the money.
Cool. Jimmy Benston.
And goes back to drinking. All right. You got your stuff from upstairs by now?
Yeah, it's just a backpack.
If I've come to, I'm probably sort of feeling a little peckish, so I'll go back to my table where my lunch was hopefully still there. Finish it off.
Pretty much everything's gone, been cleared or knocked over, or from like the crowds moving away, or just stuff being pushed, I guess, out of the way.
Damn it.
I never had my quipper and chips. Such a waste.
You didn't pay for it
Really
either,
not.
so
Yeah, I thought I'd ordered it, but
Yeah, we're back in order.
hey,
All right. So, what's your plan of attack, guys?
It's about noon, right? Lunchtime?
It's
all right.
about probably, I'm going to say, yeah, it's an hour after midday now.
how long would it take us to get to the docks?
For the guys that actually know that, it's about a 20 to 30 minute walk from where you are now. The local guys would know that and would probably tell you that.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd probably
I'm like
know
the
the
president.
dock wards well enough.
and,
Sorry, what was that last bit?
perhaps we should go to the docks and ask around, see if anyone has heard of this floon.
So how do you guys want to get to the dock ward?
Is that
I'll see if I can pull
What's
up.
that? Bus type thing?
Oh, the
The
car
carriages, the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the cart hire because that's only two people. No, the one where sort of it pretty much just keeps running and you have to try and jump on at the back. What was it called?
Oh, like the little ferry thing.
Yeah, trams or something along that lines, or buses. Two double-decker things that was described as.
Yeah, I know the thing. But unfortunately, it's not in my little quick notes. Again, the things that you guys come up with, and I never prepare for. But there you go. Yeah, so you guys are kind of like in... I'll actually bring up the map anyway. It kind of makes it a lot easier for you. And because you guys probably would have passed by a few of some of these things anyway. Where are we? So you guys...
I'm just going to be one moment. My rat is trying to eat my blinds.
Oh, good on him.
Just need needed to move the cage back just a smidge.
There we are. So, guys, if you zoom out, ping it right there.
All right, so we're right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that where we are? Or that where we're going?
Where are we? Sorry.
Yeah, you guys, if you zoom all the way out, I'll ping where you guys are.
So we're already in the dock ward.
Not really. The Yarning Portal's more of like the castle ward, like area.
Oh, you pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I slightly see the coloration change. Just a little.
Yeah, so you're kind of like
Oh, yeah,
on
you
that
gotta zoom
border.
off.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like right in the border there.
So where's this inn where he was last seen? Now, I assume we might need to sort of make a roll for that, but me being a local, and I've probably been to the dock ward a lot because that's where saloons.
It's not.
How do I pronounce it again?
Okay.
It's not a really well-known anything like that. Only, like, you've never seen it in your time. It's
right.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's. Let's just put it this way: it eludes a lot of people. So yeah. So in your time being here, and that it's not one of the establishments that you've actually been in at anyway.
I'm going to assume the same applies to me.
Yeah.
Hey, local Dragonborn type item.
Hmm.
So we're gonna find this place first. What was the name of the bar that we're looking for? Or that he was last at, I should say.
Skewered Dragon.
Yeah,
Skewer Dragon, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, look, my suspicion is that it is seedy.
It's probably a place that us Dragonborn shouldn't be seen in. No wonder we haven't sort of heard of it before.
Oh no,
Skewering
I'm a
us.
classy gentleman.
I'm inclined
Yeah,
to
exactly.
think that
I can tell.
I'm inclined to think that this Floon fellow is just locked in a room with somebody, and perhaps it's just a simple misunderstanding. But I suppose I don't know. I mean, this is the first time I've ever set foot in Waterdeep. I don't really.
I
I
mean,
know. I suppose we just go there and ask around, don't we?
First
Yeah,
timer,
we-
you're gonna love it here.
we're getting a lot of money for this, so
I mean, I'm certain I will enjoy myself here. It's already been quite an adventure. I've only been here 3 hours.
Well,
Look,
you ain't seen
My-
nothing yet. You wait until the festivals.
mm,
Trade ward, you can buy almost anything there. Brilliant place.
all right. So look, I'm thinking this might be a shady establishment. That's my guess. Especially if we haven't heard of it, you got to be in the know. So, well, look, what say we hit up Spiderweb Alley?
I'm happy with that. Sounds good.
and
What do
suppose,
I know of Spiderweb Alley?
That is just above
Sorry.
the Dockwood part. It's right there.
What do I know of that place?
It's like you guys know of the dock ward as basically the projects of Waterdeep. It's pretty run down. Security's kind of laxed in the area. There's not many guard patrols, stuff like that. Doesn't have the same kind of
You're-
lighting.
You're thinking of the Sea Ward. The Dock Ward is where all the major temples are.
And dock ward's
It's
pretty
actually
dock ward's pretty run.
it's run down as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No. It's just I was rendering that pamphlet.
Now, from the actual like reading the book and the surrounding areas, there's a lot of stuff that's broken in the
Okay.
dock ward. Like it might be painted in the pamphlet a little bit more propaganda-ish.
Good to know.
Hmm.
I suppose if we're going to be in this together, we should probably know each other's names.
That's
Yeah.
true, actually.
You guys actually, first time actually seeing each other, you might as well describe yourselves.
Yeah.
Kind of skimmed over that part.
Yeah,
Hey,
100%.
hey, hey,
Okay.
2 hours in.
We just
Yeah.
fought each other and we don't even know our names. That's
Yeah, no, nailed that one. All right, yeah, so, yeah, I guess we're taking that trip over. So, all right, yeah, no, newbie, you can call me Witherphiliax for it. Don't worry, I've been around a lot. We're all good for it. This is going to be great. You're going to love it here, trust me. So, yeah, in terms of appearance, I am a copper dragonborn, and I like to wear some blue finery. You know, nice little contrast, look good. Because, hell, if you're not looking good, what's the point? But otherwise, yeah, no. Copper, gold, blue. Those are the colors I like to go for.
Cool. Who's next?
all right. I might as well go next. Go with the Dragonborns. So my name's Dean. I'm a resident. My appearance, I am a extremely tall Dragonborn. So Dragonborns are generally over 6 foot, taller than humans. I'm over 7 foot. I'm a boy. I am an amethyst Dragonborn. So I have got purpley, sort of pink, sort of, you know, sort of very shiny sort of scales. I have a coif of green hair, obviously dyed, and I wear clothing that would suggest I'm a priest of let me get the faith right, the name, Saloon. So I have a holy sort of medallion. What do they call them? Religious? No, not religious. Holy symbol. That's the word. Can't speak properly. Still drunk. So, yes, but still quite young, fairly mischievous kind of green eyes as well, and sort of have a big grin. So, yeah.
Next.
So Alvilda is a half elf, and she has reddish blonde hair that's all tied back in braids, just to keep it all out of her face. And she's got fairly bright green eyes, pale skin. Looks fairly average for a half elf. However, she has this startlingly vivid scar where it's this slash across the left portion of her face underneath her not jawbone, what is it, cheekbone, sorry, with this discoloration underneath it. So it almost looks like something has happened and then something else on top of that, but there's this giant discoloration all along her under her cheekbones, and then you've got another scar on top. But she doesn't seem bothered by it at all. She has a fairly tightly wound composure, just a very busy, inquisitive nature about her, and you get the impression that this big scar on her face that catches so much attention seems to be the least of her concerns.
So Everett is a human, younger, early to mid-20s. But he has black hair, green hazel eyes. But he has a very obvious lack of street smarts. He's very book smart, very bookish. And probably up to this point you haven't noticed, but he does have a squirrel, like a gray squirrel that just kind of hangs out, just in like the hood of his cloak that he wears. But he doesn't walk very confidently, and he just takes up as little space as possible.
Cool. Excellent.
I'm digging the squirrel. Alvilda sees it, it's like, I thought it was a stuffed animal. My goodness.
So,
That's
as you kind of like make your way, I guess.
You know what? I want to say I actually want to change Spiderweb Alley. That was a bad choice.
Well, let's just say as you guys are taking the little carriage round that goes down through Snail Street, does the big loop around the city, going down Snail Street, you're sharing your stories and that, and basically the driver, or I guess the rider, or whatever you want to call him, just yells out, Dock Ward! Dock Ward! This stop dock ward.
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
So he drops you off right at the middle of Fish Street and Snail Street there. Big giant signs,
All right.
can't miss them.
Oh, well, I guess while we're here, we might as well hit up Spiderweb Alley then.
Yeah. So, as you guys start making your way through what looks to be somewhat upkeep, nice shop fronts and stuff like that, you turn the corner into Snakeweb Alley, and you find yourselves in the alley that's been cordoned off by the City Watch. Laying on the cobblestones are half a dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of a terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of being questioning the witnesses around. One of the officers sees you and she says, "Oh, nothing to see here. Move along, come on."
Officer, we will go. We're just looking for the skewered dragon. Sorry, could you point us in the right direction and we'll turn around?
She kind of points off into that direction. Find the purple building. It's right opposite. Can't miss it, but I don't know why you want to go there. Come on, move along. Get along with it.
Goodbye.
Can I roll perception just to have a quick look to see if any of the bodies or anyone who's arrested even remotely fits the description of Floon?
Yeah, go for it.
Where are we? Perception, where are we? $16.
No, most of them, like, none don't have like the red, blonde, wavy hair or anything like that. And none of them are wearing anything particularly nice or anything like that. They look like they're well below Floon's good, handsomely good looks as well. So there you are.
See, I told you guys, something's always going on in Waterdeep.
We could have just asked a patrol instead of hassling the guys on the job.
I mean, I didn't know this was happening here. I didn't do it. Don't you dare tell people I did this.
Kind of suspicious. Let's go to Spiderweb. Hey, look, guard!
Yeah, no, we should go here. Mass murder. We should go somewhere else.
Just another wonderful day in the dock ward.
Oh, to be fair, if anyone wants to actually know, it's called a coach. And I actually had it written down this time right there. It's a coach.
Okay.
Out of all the words that we couldn't think of, it's a coach.
It's
always the
see
way.
which direction he was pointing in.
It looks like it's further south. And more like...
Further south.
Yeah, so you guys are entered Spiderweb Alley, just like through, like, between a couple of buildings.
Yep.
Kind of got dropped off there. Kind of pointing more... I wonder if you can actually see this if I roll... Where is it? Can you see my arrow?
Yep.
Yeah, kind of pointing off more that direction.
Perfect. To Snail Street, the purple building. If you forget what purple is, look at my dragon friend here.
Yeah, pretty
Hey,
much.
everything looks purple in the right reflection of me.
Alright, we might need to put like a cover over you, like a hooded lantern or something to find the purple building then.
All right.
All right, well, we'll head down Snail Street.
So, as you kind of make your way to the end of Snail Street there, tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadows at ground level. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smell of salt air lingers as you pass down rows of rundown buildings. So as you kind of stand there at the corner there, and you kind of looking around, trying to figure out where you are exactly, kind of see that purple building off in the distance.
Hey, I mean, it's a shame about, all the snap and the glaze, but goddamn.
What did you say?
Let's get
It
to
was
that purple
opposite
building.
the purple building?
Yes.
Right. So, off to the purple building. And then opposite.
Cool. So, as you kind of like approach up to the purple building to get your bearings, a cloud of lavender scented purple smoke trails out from the shop as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelves are dyed a deep velvet. As you can see there's a hairless kind of a old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter, wearing plum-coloured robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face painted eyes. The gnome lowers his pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand and saying, "Hail and well met.
Big
Come
Feel
in.
like I
Come in and browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world."
blend in.
It's the
Kind of-
one place you'll ever be camouflaged.
I would like to greet said gnome in his familial tongue with the appropriate greeting in Gnomish, if I may.
Yeah, and he kind of like takes it in and he's like, "Oh, I haven't heard that tongue in a very long time amongst these Waterdeepians. None of them really know how to speak properly, and that's old Gnomish."
Well, I tell him I relish the opportunity to practice my Gnomish, and I apologize for the inconsistencies and the terrible, terrible accent. But I wonder if he might help us with a little task that we've been assigned.
And kind of, he nods and then actually catches the eye of the purple-looking dragonborn there, and he's like, "Whoa. What a magnificent specimen you are, aren't you? Oh, you would fit right in amongst this place, aren't you? Oh, please tell me, what is your secret to look so devilishly purple?"
I'll let you touch him for 10 gold.
His eyes kind of look
that
up.
part of the movie is like extorting everybody we meet.
I polish my scales every day.
"Oh, I can tell you are magnificent, aren't you? Oh, the purple. You're just so full of royalness, aren't you?"
That's my job. Looking great, don't I
Oh.
just?
For such a...
Hey, I've heard there's another handsome dandy around here trying to upstage me. Some guy named Flume. You heard of him?
Floon. No, I don't think I've quite recognized that name. Do you know what he looks like?
Red hair, apparently. Red blondie hair. Apparently dresses like, some upper toff.
Very
And
stylish
can-
dress.
So he,
Yes.
the gnome sits back and he's like, takes a puff and he's like, kind of looking up like he's actually having a deep think about this. Red hair, puff, clean clothes. Ah, yes! I actually remember a fella like him the other night. Quite odd that he'd be walking around here late at night, but I do believe he wasn't alone when he... Yes, that's right. He was with another handsome-looking fella. Got a good taste for colour, that one.
I
he
knew
did.
it.
I'll just describe what Volo looks like and say, did the gentleman look like this?
Oh, no. Much younger than that old floof. I mean, this man doesn't even know the proper colour to wear around here. No. Kind of similar in appearance, but more of a darker hair. I can't really quite remember what it was, but definitely had a sensible dress. Very similar in style. But I believe there was a scuffle outside as well. I remember seeing them there, walking out of the tavern across the road. That piece of wretched filth that is. Bad for customers, it really is. But coming outside, and then saw them leaving, and then I went back to polishing my lovely vase and turned around and after hearing a loud bang and scruffle outside, and they were gone.
Hmm.
Are there often handsome men who walk around these parts?
I'm right here.
Well,
Yeah.
of course there is.
Whoa, what do you
Look at-
mean? Can't you see this beautiful specimen of a dragon? I just
Oh, I mean, are there any handsome elf or human men who often walk around in these parts?
Racist.
I do hope you're not being racist there.
I'm trying
You
to
saying I'm not handsome?
You're very handsome, my friend, but I'm specifically trying to narrow down Floon's companion.
Ah, fair enough.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen the other fellow around here before, but I mean, anyone that's wearing purple is good looking in my opinion. And goes back
Do
to
people
staring at the
often wear
dragonborn.
purple in these parts?
I'm serious. Dude, 10 gold. Just you can run your hand down his chest. No questions asked.
Are you
He-
trying to pimp out our
he-
friend?
He looks at you.
No, ask questions. This is money.
He looks at you, runs to the back of the store, and comes out.
I'm just going to whisper to Dean real quick. I am so sorry.
Comes
Yeah.
back.
It's an 80-20 split.
Comes back with
That's fair.
a gold minted coin that has purple inlays around like the center of this coin, and goes, "I will give you this if I can touch him."
Thumbs up in chat if everyone thinks that Dean the Dragonborn should start an OnlyFans.
No mish fetish, here we come.
Buddy. Once again, I wish from you 80-20 split. You've got a deal. Close your eyes. Think of England.
You're disgusting. I just want to feel purple on my skin. I touch him down there. Bad man.
Yeah, you know,
Bad. Bad dragonborn.
Yes, exactly. He's only copper.
No, hey,
Um,
I'm not going to touch you. Don't worry.
I'll lean down and let him touch my horn.
He kind of gives you the coin because he's the one touching you. Touches it, and he kind of just like eyes roll back of the head, kind of
my
like
God.
he's in a trance. Like this is meeting his god almost.
And the rest of us stand there watching awkwardly.
I'll probably actually
I
like.
can't make eye contact. I got to turn
just-
around and look out the window.
I've got no shame. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, go for it. No, what's this?
Hey, I don't have a problem with it. It's just not where I thought my afternoon was going to be. That's all.
There's always something happening in Waterdeep.
Hey,
And
hey,
then-
after all, I've already sold my soul to a different patron, so I've got no problem with gnomes.
So after the like 5 seconds of like just a pat on the head kind of thing, he's like, thank you, and then just like runs back and does like a little skip, and kind of like the heel click, just over the moon.
He'll be in his bunk.
He's not coming out for an hour. I think we should leave now. We'll see how much that coin is worth later.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Thank you very much.
basically, in your inventory, add a gold coin with a purple inlay from an unknown land.
All right. Can I do any type of check on it? I don't know what.
Not really. It's not a coin that you've ever seen.
Alright.
Yeah, it's not. It's a very bizarre coin, especially with the purple inlay in the middle of it. Very interesting.
Is it possible that it's that in any of my studies I've come across this type of currency?
With your background, yeah, give me a history check.
Hey. 23.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Very
Um,
good.
Good time.
In a very far off distant land, very, very far off distant land. Some yet to believe that it's even actually has an economy going. But surprisingly, there is a coin from a place called Australia. And that's where this coin comes from.
God.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it the counterweight continent?
Not really.
And
It's still connected to a mainland, but it's a bit strange. It's very still in its. A lot of people still believe it's still conquered by not settled or anything like that yet. But there is a relish from this thing, and the actual purple inlay is actually not a like a stone or a metallurgy or anything like that. It's actually a piece of coral.
Ooh.
oh, cool.
Interesting.
Okay.
I like that.
So not extra planar, just interesting.
See, this is how teamwork goes. You know, you have someone who knows what you're getting, you have someone who knows how to get it, and well,
And you pimp off the purple guy.
yeah, we got the purple.
You have the person who's sorts it all together, and then the other one that's just kind of watching the whole thing unfold.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Look, if
Seems like
if
a
there's no
perfectly
audience,
great
there's no
plan.
point.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go check that tavern across the road now.
Yeah.
Where they were before, and start asking questions. And I'm going to not talk to anyone this time because I'm afraid I'm going to sell one of you.
So, as you guys do a 180 around, you see the tavern. The skewered dragon looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed. A ship's anchor is lodged in its roof, and through the windows you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge teacups.
Ship anchor in the roof.
Yeah. Like
That is
a
the
big
best parking job I've ever seen.
like one of those big giant admiral anchors that you would have seen like on one of those old big giant square riggers.
Jeez.
That's
Does
amazing.
it look like it's been there? It's been thrown there recently, or
Doesn't look
some
like
time ago?
Doesn't look like it was actually part of the architecture. It just looks like it's been dumped on there. Like
Yeah,
the
but
roof is-
I'm meaning recent, like in the commotion that the purple shopkeeper said.
it's pretty weathered. Pretty weathered.
Okay, been there for a while.
Imagine the amount of force one would need for that anchor to have been thrown into the roof.
I'm telling you right now, it's a lot more than I could have used to punch that orc.
I wouldn't want to be around to see anybody with that level of strength punch anything.
I mean, there's a number of spells that could do it, but I'm not powerful enough for those yet.
What kind of
Get
spell?
you there, buddy.
I take my notepad out.
I mean, I have one that can launch smaller objects, but I'd need to be much more powerful to make the objects heavier.
I wonder if, and she starts musing and sort of talking under her breath, writing down little notes and diagrams. She's in her own world.
Yeah, just a simple treasure shade. We should be able to do it. Load it in, shoot it around, just like a rock.
Fascinating. I think we need to go inside. I want to speak to the barkeep about this anchor. And Floon. I haven't forgotten about Floon.
Yeah,
Good.
that's the reason we're here, wasn't it? Anchor.
So, as you entered, the place looks like a dump. There's just all sorts of filth just on the ground. It doesn't look like the upkeep on this thing is even existent. Like, no one's heard of a mop, no one's heard of a sponge, or any sort of cleaning supplies at all, or even a simple spell in that fact. But yeah,
I
and
had the wards around the wrong way.
yeah. So as you kind of come back up, come in, like clientele kind of look at you with like squinty eyes as the somewhat light piercing into the bar is kind of like blinding to them, and then they just go back to their huddle and start drinking their large tankards, and they're kind of grunting amongst each other.
One has to wonder how a well-dressed gentleman such as Floon was able to mill about in here unnoticed.
Entertainment. Get everyone drunk, no one will notice anything.
That's fair.
I'm gonna walk very slowly into this bar, and pretty much every step I'm taking, I'm cleaning the floor that I'm stepping on because it's very gross.
The barkeep there's like looking at this, and he's like, "What are you doing? You're ruining the decor of this place."
Oh,
I'm sorry, I
Right,
spit on the floor.
That man's got the spirit. Yes. More filth, the more they pay.
Pay for what, exactly?
Well, the service, the smile, and he kind of smiles, and he's got like no teeth at all. Like maybe like bar like one or two, and they're looking a bit iffy there.
You thought about shark dentures. You can make them out of steel, and if anybody tries to punch you in the face, you can bite their hand off. I've seen it before. It was fascinating.
Why would I need dentures when I got the perfect tool? Grabs like a small little casket of whiskey, straight into the top. See? Perfect for service. No tools required.
What if somebody punches your last good tooth out of your mouth?
No one dares throw punches against me. No one wants to hurt an old man like me. Why do we have it anyway? You gonna stand there or you gonna buy yourself a drink?
I think I'm fine. Gentlemen?
I'm
good.
okay. I'm fine.
You know what? They don't know what they're talking about. I'll pay for a round for everyone, and for a talk with you. And by me talking to you, I mean this guy will, the purple one.
So the bartender's like trying to count. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Call it 3 shards. Drinks for it around.
3 shards. You're right. They do pay more for worse. I'll pay him.
So he grabs out,
Yeah,
does the tooth thing on the cask, pours out more ales, and
Oh my god.
puts them all across there.
I'm not drinking anything that he put his teeth in.
It's all right. I will whisper to you guys: do not drink it. Just pretend. Be friendly.
and I'll put the tank up to my lips when you say.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, what were you saying there, bro?
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on it to make it
good man.
taste way better.
That's a good idea.
So you're doing that just on your mug, I'm guessing?
It would take me 6 seconds to do it on multiple people, so yeah.
So as you do it for the group, and the bartender's just like looking at you again, and he's like, "Why, it's a good vintage. Been down to the cellar for years. See, these guys don't mind." They're like, and it's like as you kind of like go up to like try to cast it on patron, he's like grabs it and he's like, starts.
It's all right. We're not going to touch your maggot ciders.
Everett, best to let the men drink.
Yeah, fair. All right.
Now, what is it you wanted to talk about? Can't you see I've got a full
So-
bar?
You do indeed. What happened? We're just interested in the commotion 2 nights.
What commotion? There's always something happening here in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Hey, it's a
I
thing.
know. It's a brilliant town. There's always something going on, but you don't generally get many sort of of the well-dressed types in here, do you?
Ah, we got all sorts in here. Princes, kings. Hell, did you know I even got a tip from the Queen of Isgardia?
Yeah, insight check on that one.
I was gonna say somebody.
Hang on, is that even a real nation?
11. I'll probably believe him.
It's still standing. It's a building. Never know who's come here. It's been around for a fair while.
Yeah, well, whatever that queen is, I'm sure she had a fine old time. I'm talking about a red-headed dandy who sort of left with some toff 2 nights ago, and there was a bit of a commotion front, big loud bang. You remember? And I'll
Oh, you're talking about Floon, aren't you?
yeah, that's the boy.
Ah, not a great tipper though. Always leaves a mess. I think it's that poshiness in him, his blood. But yes, Floon was here about 2 nights ago. Is that other funny-looking fellow, the gentleman with the hat and the scarf? It was a scarf.
People who are cold generally.
It's never cold here,
Or
can't
if
you
they
tell?
have
It's great heating in here, and he points to like the big giant open hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah, it's summer. It must be.
Yeah, no, your gaping hole in the wall really brings the room together. It's the tips that you would get from royalty, as you said, the Queen. That's next level. Hey, I've got a bridge I could sell you.
So this scarf guy have a name?
I don't know. He was Floon. Floon said he was here meeting a friend over something or other, and then he came. They gambled the night away and drank, and maybe drank some more, and then that other fellow left, and Floon was here and still drinking away.
Were you here to see him leave, or?
We never shut. Always open. I'm always here.
So you would have seen him leave. Did he
Yeah.
leave with anybody?
Think he remembered. I think. Yeah. What's his name? Oi, Ernie. What was that other fella's name? You know, that other posh-looking fella. Oh, you remember Renee Neverwimber? Yeah, that's it. Renee Neverwimber. Neverwimber. Yes.
Renee
Never member. So never member.
member.
Yeah, I just want to check really quickly. Is never remember their name, or do you never remember their name?
Never member.
No, okay, no. See, we're at the same problem again. If you're just yelling back to me, is that the name, or do you never remember?
Now, for Wivy and Dean, Nevermember is actually a very well-known name in Waterdeep. He was actually the Gold Nevermember was the actual open lord of Waterdeep at one stage.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay, so noble family.
Yes.
And
Yes.
does Renee Nevermember come in here often?
He usually pops by. He's a chip off the old block, that one. He likes coming in and getting down with the real folks. You know, the heroes of this town.
And did they look friendly, as though they've known one another for a while, or did they strike up a friendship on the spot over your fine alcohol and establishment?
Well, I think Floon was kind of, you know, doing the dance of the night, and Nevermember Renee just kind of gave him a hand out the door. I mean, a fella like that, they shouldn't be walking alone in these parts of the woods.
So they took the safety of Floon into their I don't know. I suppose so. So what? He just wanted to walk Floon home.
Yes. And funny that we actually mentioned that now. I'm pretty sure 5 fellas also left after him as well.
5 fellas.
Bollocks.
Look, were they? God damn, they better not be. By any chance, did they have a tattoo?
What kind of tattoo? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, say a circle with 8 spokes coming out of it like a wheel.
No, but
Thank fuck. That's a relief.
no, but those 5 gentlemen actually come in here quite often, and I think they work in a warehouse around the corner. Something about a snake.
Do they
Are
always?
they rough kind of people? Rougher than the usual type that come in here?
Most workers around here are quite rough. I mean, the sea and the docks aren't a very kind place.
But are they rough enough to assault Floon and Renee Nevermember?
You see the anchor up on my roof?
I see it.
They
What
did
kind of
that.
metal is it, by the way? Wait, what?
They got a crane and
They got a crane.
Why?
I love these guys.
This is fascinating. Do you know what kind of metal that anchor is made out of?
what do I look like?
They-
What do I look like? A ship's captain to you?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps. Maybe you're a ship's captain who retired to run a wonderful establishment with an anchor in the roof.
I was born
You're
here.
too gold that you're not.
I was born here and I'm going to die here.
Oh wait, why am I
drinking
laughing
this
at
beer
that?
probably would. These
Just like my
gentlemen
papa.
who these
Yeah,
these
the-
5 gentlemen who work down in this warehouse, some kind of snake. If they put that anchor up there, surely you'd remember them.
No, I think it just adds more to the decor.
Well, that is true. Pretty
Just
impressive.
balls it.
You could easily sort of say a griffin dropped it on the building. That will bring in the sort of customers. Would
I like the way you think.
Yeah, no, you should do that. Rename the inn the Griffin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
you-
just go fuck myself then.
Is there like a adventurers board in the Griffin? He kind of looks up at you. He's like, "Can you write it down?" He hands you like a scrawled up napkin and a bit of charcoal from a lantern.
And I'll do the ends backwards for him because I feel like that's how he reads them.
Much obliged. Thank you.
Do these 5 come in together always, or do occasionally they come alone?
Oh, mandated union work breaks always coming in at the same time.
what time would
That
that be?
was probably 2 hours ago, wasn't it?
Oh, they always come in for lunch, breakfast, dinner, stay late. I mean, we're the only place that serves good food around here. All those other places use those dirty rats in their cellars. We don't have rats here. We've got cockroaches.
I was going to say because all the rats are in the stew.
Well, look, I think that we've got a choice here. We can either try to track down that warehouse, or if we call it about 2 p.m. and say they come for dinner and then spend the nights afterwards, they give us, 3 to 5 hours of hunting around trying to find the warehouse with the snake on it, or stick around here and wait for them to come to us.
If we stick around here for a few hours, we could follow them back, and it gives me time to have a look at the anchor and ask a few questions. I think I like that idea. What do the rest of you think?
I have no interest whatsoever in an anchor, but I'm happy to hang around for a feed.
We want to hang around, Dean. We can go make some more gold to just cross the road.
Oh my god.
Creepy
Well-
gnomes aside, please.
At
I don't know if I
Well-
want to be in here longer than I have to, but If that's what it
That's-
takes, I guess.
That's fair. We should get something for him.
Well, as you guys figure it out, that is where we're going to end it tonight. So well done, thank you.
Fun.
Alright,
I'm having
sounds
so
good.
much fun.
Oh, that was a very interesting turn. I actually totally forgot about the purple store, and then when I flipped the page and I saw the store, I was like, "Oh, Dean's gonna have such a good time here."
Oh, I like that part. I don't
I'm
mind
glad.
the
I
creepy
thought I was
noise.
crossing a line.
No.
I made sure he had consent first.
Hey, we're sex worker friendly on this channel, so.
Oh yeah, no. Like, be friendly for it, but it's just when I just kind of did it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll sell them to you. It's no problem whatsoever. I was like, that should just stayed an inside thought.
we always have to ask consent. That's the main thing, and
It's
it
the
was
one-
an
That's
unusual
right. He
thing
got
that
the lion's
happened,
share.
but it was an unusual thing that happened. I did not expect to see a gnome get so excited about dragon scales, but here we are.
No, neither did I. Wow.
Dean's probably sort of used to it. There's probably very few amethyst dragonborns around the place, and one of such height as his, I just stand out like a sore thumb in a crowd. So I probably got little kids coming around and going, "Ooh, dragon," and touching me all the time, and I don't really care. So a gnome, not much different.
When I saw some of the illustrations in the Treasury of Dragons, I was like, wow, these dragons are beautiful. Like, I love gems and all that. So yeah, I could definitely see it, like walking through Waterdeep and just, yeah, very much standing out.
Oh, we're gonna make a fortune. Like, next thing, I think if we can get Everett to prestidigitation, make you taste like grapes. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Oh,
There was
think-
stuffing you if
think
you
him licking.
dies. So
Yeah.
if Dean
Stuffing-
dies, we just
Stuffing me if I die.
take him to a
okay,
taxidermist.
all jokes aside, it kind of sounds like you want to make him into a scratch and sniff sticker.
Yeah, I think I'll draw the line at a gnome licking me though. It's like, unless it's a very attractive female one.
I feel like generally it like just in Dungeons and Dragons, you just shouldn't go around licking things. You never know what's gonna happen. I think that's like general like, don't drink the cave water.
Look,
Don't
if
know
COVID
what
didn't stop you
It's
from
like
licking
the
doorknobs,
chaos
D&D won't.
ensues.
I absolutely love Wivy's notes so far. I saw the bottom part and I was just like, oh my god.
I'm happy with my notes.
I've got mine all like scribbled down. I have half typed up in my laptop and then I have half written down. Yeah, and now I've got to try and sort through them next week. But I think that we've done a decent job of trying to track Floon down.
I think, to be fair, I didn't expect the bar fight to go a little bit longer. I was hoping most of you would have just got in and actually done that. I knew you guys were going to hide when the troll come up, and I was like, yeah, Everett, I expected it to be like 2 towns over with 6 hit points. It's just like, yeah.
Oh, if he had been hit by one of those sturges, these things, whatever, bat sort of sucking dry things, that would have sucked him dry.
Yeah, it would have been down. So
You did well. You did well.
that's why
I
all
think
my
you were-
spells are AC based. So
You know, I think I'm gonna have to work with Everett for some new cons. We can do stuff with that.
I have a lot of skills actually that can come in handy for those.
Yeah,
think
no,
the,
so yeah. While we're waiting for everyone in the next session to come up, we should talk.
I think the AC to hit AC spells just wasn't working for me. That's why I sort of swapped. Well, you're on my shoulder now. You take the save. You make the dice roll. That works better.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's I mean, it would be a little bit bad if you actually missed something on your own shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I would have been if I had have tried to use my Eldritch Blast on it while it was on my shoulder. I would have been at a disadvantage anyway because it.
Yeah.
Ah, well,
Honestly, I was considering just
in
drag and
melee,
pressing it.
or I'm in melee, or whatever that sort of the ruling is. So yeah, I had to sort
Yeah.
of do it that way.
Well, I think it like the actual rule on the Sturges doesn't actually say that it's a grapple or anything like that, because I believe if you've been grappled, you still don't have a disadvantage to the person that's grappled you to attack.
Oh, it's because it's a ranged attack in melee.
If you
No,
are
because it's a
grappled-
ranged attack. Even if you're in melee, even if you're
Yeah.
shooting the next person next to you, you've got a disadvantage shooting range in
Yeah,
melee.
I missed the
unless-
range part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a spell that has to hit AC is in essence a ranged attack, unless it says touch attack, which then is completely different.
I didn't know Jesse Eisenberg was a DM. I'm actually his stunt double. I get that a lot. So
Holy shit! I've known you for how many years and never put that together yet?
I don't know who's Jesse Eisenberg. I
Who's
don't even
Jesse
know.
Eisenberg? Yeah.
Was it
what was the movie?
Juno the movie? Is that it? The
No,
guy?
that wasn't Juno. That was Michael Cera. It was
Michael
Yeah.
Cera.
What
The
was
guy,
that?
Zombieland.
Yes.
Zombieland, and
You do look.
Zombieland. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You do
Yeah,
look
I
like
saw a
him.
movie with it
I-
the other day. Vivarium, not bad movie.
Yeah, it's either between Michael Cera or Jesse Eisenberg that I always get called up on.
I can see the love child between them. Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
It's-
what an awkward porno that'd be.
Oh god.
Just imagine the children. Oh, wow.
There we go. I have chat. I've got Twitch chat loaded up now, so I can actually join in on the Twitch
Oh, yeah,
chat.
and Social Network. Let's not forget the great Zuckerberg movie.
Actually, never saw that one.
Yeah, me either.
I think there's going to be another one called Meta, because there's another company that's named Meta.
Yeah, great.
Zuckerberg wants to buy it. So there's going to be another normal movie about depositions and stuff that never
Word.
probably actually happened.
Is anyone going to want to watch a movie about Mark Zuckerberg trying to rebrand in the hopes that people forget how like fucked Facebook is?
Look, if they do it in the attempt to try to make him look human, I'll watch that, because that picture of him where he's like, we named it Meta now, and he's got barbecue sauce in his bookcase, shows me that this is not a person. This is someone trying to pretend like, yeah, what do people like? People frame up things that they like, right? So, screw up barbecue sauce, done. Photo, shoot, go.
But I like
I'm just a
barbecue
regular
sauce.
Joe.
Zuckerberg is an android, isn't he? So like, I thought that was long proven.
That
Banned
photo
off
of
Facebook
him.
once for telling him that he looked like a clay sculpture.
Oh yeah, like a golem or something. Is just like
Yeah,
He really
got an
does.
angry react from Zuckerberg, and then I was banned for 30 days.
You know what it makes me think of? Do you remember that line from Lord of the Rings where Bilbo's describing how he feels stretched like butter over too much bread? That
Oh, yes.
picture of Mark Zuckerberg, it looks like his skin is like just stretched over his skeleton. It's so weird.
He's the only time that I have thought in my life is when I'm seeing Mark Zuckerberg and going, that whole conspiracy about reptiles ruling the
Oh,
world? It's
Yeah.
the one time I've thought that it holds water. Is when you look into his soulless eyes and skin stretched and barbecue sauce on the bookshelf.
Yes. Yeah, oh my god, you're so right. That is literally all of it together screams reptilian trying to show the world that it's a human and failing.
Fair enough.
Well, guys, we actually got some followers tonight, and I do apologize for not shouting you out, but keep the flow of the game going. So Darkest Zek, thank you very much. Rorik2 rated us earlier on as well, so thank you for that, and also
Ooh,
followed.
thank you.
And then we had Bon Beasley, thank you very much as well.
Oh, I
And
love that one.
it's actually pretty good. And Mahone Capone also followed. Thank you. So thank you very much, guys, for tonight. And
Yeah,
hopefully-
thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate the love.
yeah.
Also, Big Twack, Serpent Person from Cthulhu. Yes. Mark Zuckerberg, Serpent Person from Cthulhu.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
think the outro would just be us ripping on Mark Zuckerberg for 15 minutes.
It's what
That's
you
the way
do.
to end the session.
It's
Yeah.
too easy.
It's just
Like,
well, this is what a D&D game is. You've got all this inspiration behind you, and you just go, oh, let's pick a target for tonight. Just spin the wheel, roll the dice. There we go. Tonight is Mark
I'm
Zuckerberg.
curious for anybody who watched the whole session. What was your favorite bit? Because I really had to rein it in. I kept wanting to laugh at the Dick Wizard thing for ages, and I had to stop. I'm like, stop hogging the limelight. Like you're gonna hog the limelight. Stop. And I'm like, oh my god, Dick Wizard.
I think Dick Wizard is going to be our highlight clip for the week. That is definitely it. But
just don't name it that on YouTube so that you don't get banned.
Yeah, just immediately shut down.
I wouldn't call it a Dick Wizard on YouTube. You'd have to work around it. You'd have to call it a crotch caster.
Hang on, that kind of like reminds me of Sam from Critical Role's intro to like season 1 where he does the groin thrust for the spell.
Yeah. Crotch caster.
Oh man, no, tonight was actually really good. I was actually
good.
I'm surprised. So surprised with how it all turned out. I was like the whole entire day. I'm like sitting there going like, oh, something is going to go wrong, like majorly, like just straight up technical faults all night. But nah, worked out really well.
Yeah, I think it went well. Mahona Capone says the whole group now has one inspiration point next session.
Well,
thanks.
The fans are calling for it. It's only fair. You don't want to piss off the fans. The whole thing goes down. Inspiration, please.
That's true. That's true.
If you guys didn't catch the whole thing, I will be probably editing the footage of tonight and uploading it on Monday. So it'll be up on YouTube, and you can either rewatch the whole cast through on Twitch as well. So pick your poison on how that's done. But yeah, if you want more like up to date when we stream stuff like that, Discord, Twitter, all those fun places as well. And plus, you get to hang out with us, and we like to post some dank memes.
Like, was it last Sunday night? We were just shit posting D&D memes all night.
Yeah, it's like we're literally just I think it was 20 straight minutes of just literal, just random D&D memes. So
there were some golden ones in there, though.
Yeah,
like some genuine.
We were picking on
golden ones.
I think we were picking on the barbarian that we sort of lost in as part of our group. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know. Can you imagine how much I could have sold him for?
Oh my
but
god.
He wasn't purple.
Jezza, I think.
Oh, he might have been. Goliath's skin is kind of.
That you avoided. I think it might have been a boon that you weren't able to join in, because otherwise you'd just be sold to a gnome in the purple house.
Yeah, like Everett, prestidigitation can change someone's color, right?
I think it's an object specifically.
Yeah, objects only.
I don't know. We could call a Goliath an object, especially with 5 intelligence. That would have been hilarious.
The gnome really seems like he's going to treat him like an object, so does that count?
I think the gnome in general was going to treat him like a god.
Yeah. The gnome ain't about objectification. The gnome is like about, let me worship you.
There would have been
no problem with that. I know.
Like there would have
been.
I
got no problem with that.
Statues.
I know someone who's after extra souls.
we got to okay, so we got to find a sculptor, and we got to sculpt you now, Dean. It's all coming into place.
Yeah, that actually is a decent business. That actually would be a decent business.
Yeah. No, come buy the sculptures of the Amethyst Dragonborn for an extra 10 gold. You can touch them.
Unfortunately, we've only got one client at the moment. So like being this gnome who has a purple fetish. Not that I mind. I think he'll have to be a recurring character. And if he's not a recurring character, we'll definitely make sure he is, because I'll be visiting that shop.
Well,
look, I just want to make sure that you know Jesus started with only one follower, okay? And look how that blew
up. That's true.
Well,
I find it funny that I really tried to go into, like, Alvilda really tried to go into the shop and be like, hey, I'm going to, like, greet you in your tongue. And literally Alvilda was, like, completely, like, pushed to the side as soon as Dean stepped in and all his amethyst glory, it's like, oh, my goodness.
But
Start collecting my scales. Yes, I agree, Big Twack. That's a great way of sort of selling. We'll go back into that purple shop. That purple shop has got to have some magic items next time I go there. I'll be making sure. Like, what
Scales
magical
actually
items have you got to give your praise to me?
How are you going to be able to sleep though? Because I just feel like a certain someone in our party is going to be harvesting your scales while you sleep. You're gonna wake up
I
bored.
won't lie, I did consider it, but then I thought, how much would that gnome pay for his address to watch him sleep? And it's like,
Oh no, that's too creepy.
yeah,
Alright.
get it up to the line.
It's medieval Big Brother.
Over the line. Oh goodness.
I would allow it only if Dean gave consent.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm not doing that. That is 100% too far.
Number one rule.
I honestly felt like I already crossed the line there.
We're all Henry Crabgrass fans here.
Henry Crabgrass has taught us well. Consent must be given.
Please.
I'm just picturing there's like this whole thing where it's like, I can't even, like, I'm picturing this whole like attraction where it's like, come pet the dragon scales, buy your own scales. It's like this whole money making machine. Meanwhile, Floon is like completely disappeared somewhere. We've gone our own way. We've started our own business based
like
off
his
the
whole
scales.
You're still trying to find out what type of metal that anchor is and
Yeah.
And the
chains on the sign.
Like that came out of nowhere, and I'm just like, really?
I haven't done anywhere near enough research on this.
It is all these are all very important questions. Elvilda needs to know these things for when she makes her inventions and her concoctions, and
it's kind of like that scene from Monty Python. What is the airspeed philosophy of an unladen swallow? What do you mean, European or African?
I don't know.
Good times. I'm gonna be watching this back again. There's like so many moments that made me laugh.
I'm wondering how much I'm going to get ripped off for selling that bar.
Poor Big Twack says poor Floon is probably on a ship to Australia.
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 Yeah,
Australia.
drop the A. Drop the A.
Australia.
Drop the A. Drop the A on it. But no, I think I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to tell you anything more. I'm leaving it at that.
Okay. It's going to be a mystery.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going to happen to the money-making scheme when another dragonborn is spotted in the city with like beautiful iridescent gem scales.
Straight up assassination.
Well, the question is, are they going to walk to the purple store? I think there's like
You're going to pay homeless to stake this place out 24/7 and keep them away from it? I cannot lose my golden chicken. Wait, golden goose. You know what? I'm getting the whole poultry farm, okay? Give it enough time and you'll be my golden cassowary.
Oh, those things are terrifying. The golden emu.
We need to find a copper store.
I'm just kind of glad that the emu war wasn't the cassowary war.
Oh, we'd be screwed. There'd be no country left.
These guys can't aim for shit. Here we go.
Yeah, no, how about we just make it emus but also put knives on them? That's a cassowary. It's just an emu with knives and rage. And that's... We don't need that.
Yeah, the cassowary saw what happened with the emu war and thought, nah, it's too easy.
It's only because of mercy that we're allowed to live.
They're like, don't forget who owns this land. It's us.
It's that and the saltwater crocodiles. I mean, we're kind of stuck in between land and water now, aren't we? Hard water and soft.
There's a what's his name? There's a giant killer crocodile that's rumored to be dead, but no one's 100% sure.
He's actually he's actually stuffed.
Gustav, I think, is his name. Gustav, and he's massive, and he just kills people, but no one's gone missing in a while, so they think he's dead.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one that's like up near Cooktown. There's a big giant.
Oh no, this one
rock
isn't in
statue.
I know the
Australia.
one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's famous. He's a huge killer crocodile. And they tried trapping him, and they were never able to trap him.
Yeah. No, I've just looked him up right now. Has allegedly killed up to 300 people. Estimated weight from reports of that he's been seen is 900 kilos or 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a chunky boy.
Yeah, there are like pictures, and you can see pictures of him, and he looks like, you just see it, and you're like, yeah, this is why he's gotten so big. He's just been feeding off of hapless humans, and he's never going to stop.
God, it's literally the size of a small boat.
Mm-hmm. And
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
they built a trap for him, and he didn't fall for the bait. Like, he was too smart. He didn't even go near it.
How
Well.
many people was that long? Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at that.
I was, you know how, given the way everything's been over the past 2 years, I think we all have like an apocalypse bingo now, and on my apocalypse bingo card is Gustav returning, emerging from the ocean to finish what he started.
Oh wow. Well, I think we've solved world problems tonight. I think we're well on the way of establishing that. But I think that is going to be our first episode. So well done. Give you all a clap.
Okay.
Very
Well done,
well
everyone.
played. Some very clutch 20 pluses coming in there. No one nat 20 tonight.
No, I
Nick,
burned mine on pep rolls at the start.
Yeah.
I just want to shout this comment out again from Big Twat, coming out swinging with all the comments. I love it. Maybe there's a copper store somewhere for Wivy. I love that. Wivy doesn't have to feel left out.
Yeah, it's called the
I
Mint.
don't need you, I can sell myself.
I was thinking it's actually a smelting location.
Oh,
That's what-
yeah.
You know what? That's a good point. I take it back. I do need you.
Well, thank you for those that hung out with us tonight. Like I said, I'm slowly getting the hang of it from this end of view. If you guys ever watch it back of the players, that is, I was trying to like pop up character sheets as things were happening.
You
I
were
think
doing so good. You've done like, I've had a great time. Like, you were doing really, really well.
This has been awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you guys, and it's been it's just episode 1 or the first playthrough, and we're actually not even halfway through part 1 yet, so
I'm so excited for next week.
That's good.
yeah. And so it's been really, really cool playing tonight, and thank you guys for hanging out and chat. I know I was trying to interact where I can, but it's very, very hard to do so when you've got a very intuitive and attentive player base. So thank you guys again, and we'll catch you probably all next Friday. So hopefully we keep the strain of luck going. So thank you very, very much, guys, and thank you to the players. And yeah,
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Thanks,
next
guys.
week.
Thanks, chat. See you
Bye.
guys.
next week. Hey.